Want to know the secret to organizing your business? HoneyBook. HoneyBook makes proposals, contracts, and payments easy for me, and even easy.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3's story mode is very faithful to how the events played out in the anime, but there are some secret endings that you can activate by meeting certain requirements during battle. And I don't mean the obligatory, yay, I won victory line, but actual endings. One of these alternate endings can be found in the first battle of the Frieza saga.
Nail in the coffin.
Goku has just arrived on Namek and senses that his allies are in danger and quickly makes his way over to where the battle is taking place. Gohan and Krillin, along with Vegeta, have been facing off against the formidable Ginyu Force in the effort to stop Emperor Frieza from being granted his wish for immortality. With Recoome making mincemeat out of them, Goku arrives at the scene just in time.
I can tell just by looking, you can't beat me.
Even though the narration before the battle states that Goku needs to win this battle quietly, I think it actually is meant to say quickly, as it's more of a hint at the win condition of this fight. When playing out the fight normally, Goku will defeat Recoome and then Jace, but if the first phase of the fight drags out for too long, Nail will arrive to help Goku take on Recoome.
I am here to help.
Piccolo?
No, I am not the one called Piccolo. I am Nail.
I think this is what the narration was supposed to be hinting at, but there was like a typo, so the hint doesn't make sense. After a fierce fight with Recoome, Jace will finally show up, and he too is defeated by Nail.
You sure are strong. Sometime, you and I should have a match.
Yes, once peace returns to Namek.
I'll be sure to do something about that.
That's cool.
This may be considered to be a bad ending, as if Nail is having to step in to help Goku, he won't be able to stave off Frieza to allow Dende to escape and aid Krillin and Gohan in summoning Kuranga. But on the other hand, Frieza would probably end up killing Guru and the Dragon Balls would turn back to stone. So maybe everything would be okay. Apart from Yamcha, who
that's what you was
still
doing.
Be dead. And Tien. And of course,
I was just
Jiatsu.
watching a YouTube video.
And Piccolo. Hey, but at least you unlock Nail.
True lies.
Round 1 of the Cell Games is about to begin, and Goku has stepped up to be the first challenger.
So it's you right off the bat, huh? I was hoping to save the most enjoyable for last.
As to be expected, Cell in his perfect form is a formidable opponent. During this fight, there are 2 prompts that you can hit that will give you the upper hand. If done successfully, Goku will stand down from the battle and Gohan takes his place, with the rest of the events following the original timeline. However, if you were to fail the prompt event, Cell will then proceed to hit Goku with a powerful Ki Blast, forcing Goku to forfeit. But instead of Gohan entering the ring, Hercule will be facing off against Cell. This fight is actually quite hard, since Hercule's basic attacks do nothing to Cell, and you have to rely pretty much entirely on landing your blast and ultimate attacks. It is doable, though I'm not sure how the timeline is affected by having Fat Boo come and beat Cell's ass. Hercule claims victory over Perfect Cell, and Earth is saved, and this time he doesn't even have to lie about it.
Oh, Eric was
Perhaps I
there?
let my guard down a bit much.
Why was he there for?
I'm glad I left that camera running.
Why make y'all leave?
He did it!
That's so weird.
Hercule has achieved a stunning win over Cell! Earth is saved!
But he's gonna get mad
Although
about
this does
overtime.
mean that Gohan never achieves Super Saiyan 2, but this also means that Goku never dies, so everything will probably be fine.
I'm about to do
Never
those,
underestimate your rivals.
Goku
I
and
know
the
what to
others
do.
have infiltrated
Show me.
Barbody's spaceship to put a stop to his evil plans to resurrect Majin Buu. During the fight with Barbody's underlings, Vegeta was consumed with the need to fight Goku, and purposely let himself succumb to Barbody's influence, turning him into Majin Vegeta. The showdown between Goku and Vegeta is a tough one.
Everyone's going to be killed! Everyone!
Shut up! Shut up! I gave my soul to Bobbity to wipe out my weakness!
I'm just thinking, that's too
It's
stupid.
none of my concern what happens to anyone!
Normally when playing through the fight, if you hit the
I'm
prompts
also
and
you
hold
want
off
to rhyme about
Vegeta,
it,
they
though.
will eventually
Yeah, it doesn't
both
make
agree
any
to cut the
sense.
battle short.
Fight!
To achieve the alternate ending, you will need to defeat Vegeta without triggering any of the prompts. The fight does not end after Vegeta's defeat, as Deborah is quick to arrive on the battlefield.
Time to show you the might of the king of the demon world.
Thankfully, the game does give you back
I know
some of
people
your
like, what
health,
the
and
fuck
this
is
phase of
dude
the fight
watching?
actually turns out to be easier than the first. Since the fight does rage on a bit, Goku and the others are
Big
still
bitch
unable to
boy.
stop Babidi from awakening Majin Buu from his long slumber.
I am going to deal with Majin Buu.
This does mean that Vegeta never makes his heroic sacrifice and never goes to hell, which means that he wouldn't be there to help Goku to fight off Janemba. Of course, Vegeta could always forever sleep himself or something.
Yeah.
This timeline is getting really dark. The films aren't canon anyway. All's well that is, well,
Hello to the new hero.
Majin Buu has finally awakened thanks to energy gathered from Goku and Vegeta's fight. With Goku knocked out, Vegeta is the only one that stands a chance at defeating Buu.
I'm not going to hell by myself. I'm taking you with me.
Like many of the other fights featured in Dragon history, there will be several prompts that will show up during this battle. If you are to activate the prompts as they appear, the fight will conclude with Vegeta making the ultimate sacrifice by performing the final explosion on Majin Buu. But as we all know, this sacrifice ended up being in vain, as it was not enough to eliminate Majin Buu. Well, what if Vegeta was strong enough to take out Majin Buu once and for all? To achieve this alternate ending, you must play out the fight and ignore all of the prompts, except for the first one. Even though Vegeta is completely outmatched by the pink blob, he is able to pull through and defeat Majin Buu without
cool.
having to sacrifice his life. But the battle is still not over, as once Buu is down, Babidi will arrive enraged as all of his hard work in resurrecting Buu has gone to waste.
No! Majin Buu is dead! Without him, I'll just have to use my magic.
So there's another freak to deal with.
Though Babidi is no fighter, and Vegeta dispatches him easily, and thus puts an end to the threat.
Really?
Good
That's
thing he was
crazy.
so weak.
I didn't know about these endings.
I actually really like the idea of this ending. Vegeta gets to redeem
He's
himself
always
and finally
cute.
becomes the true hero of the story. It has a nice arc to it, plus it skips over a lot of the bullshit that happens later on in the Buu saga.
Team husband and wife.
King Piccolo has been revived and has killed many of Goku's friends.
Piccolo
Goku
bitch
heads
ass.
to King Castle to avenge his friends and save Earth. In the original timeline, Goku struggles against
know
the
the
powerful
recent
King
videos on me
Piccolo,
cussing
but is
like that.
eventually able to kill
Call
him
people
with one
bitches and
final
sh-
powerful
and shit.
attack.
Anymore.
Put everything I've got into this punch. It's
Oh,
Just
man.
like in the Vegeta vs Majin Buu fight, you will need to activate the first prompt while ignoring the rest. Goku was able to
know, I
defeat
hate
King
this whole
Piccolo
cake
in this
like that.
altered event, but almost
I know everybody
instantly
was like,
after his
"Yo,
father
you
has
dope
fallen,
cake?" I'm like,
Tambourine
"Yeah."
appears.
Hey,
You're
The
still
tambourine
alive?
bitch ass.
the Demon King is dead.
I think his name is
and
Tambourine.
soon that brat will be too. Once that
Tambourine.
kid is gone, the world will be mine.
Darn it. If I wasn't so worn out, I could beat him easily.
For this next phase of the fight, Kid Chi-Chi will be taking charge.
Kid
Wait
Shishi.
for my fiance.
What? Just another brat?
What
I'll
the
take care
fuck,
of you.
Just come and try it, girlie. I won't go easy on you, though.
bro?
She isn't as skilled a
Yo,
warrior
these
as
old games got a
Goku,
lot
but
of
she still
shit,
puts
yo,
up a good
like,
fight, and with a little bit of help
that's
from her future
wild.
husband,
See that? You're not even worth the trouble.
Dropping the fucking.
Tambourine is defeated. This alternate ending doesn't really
Tambourine,
change
though.
much from the original
That's your new
timeline.
nickname,
Apart
Tambourine.
from Tambourine somehow still being alive at this point during the story,
My green tambourine.
it is nice for Goku and Chi-Chi to have a bit more interactions to establish their relationship. What is a bit odd
Tambourine.
about this alternate ending is that it
I'm
isn't actually
curious.
how you unlock Kid Chi-Chi as a character. She is only unlocked through Black Star Shenron.
Masters.
A Nigerian prince wants to send you 40 million. Yes! Jackpot! So what are you supposed to be? You, from the future.
And your
man.
reaction
What are
is
you
so
doing? Well,
weird, though, because I have number ads.
The
I need
Z
to get that
fighters have
YouTube
been
red.
driven into a corner
I'm
by
upgrade,
Broly's
though.
fierce attack. Gohan, Piccolo, Trunks, and even Vegeta entrust their power to Goku in the hopes that he'll be able to put a stop to the legendary Super Saiyan. When playing this fight out normally, Goku was able to defeat Broly, but if the battle was dragged
you
out
did
and
about-
Goku takes too much
What,
damage,
me calling
he'll
you
be unable to
Tambourine?
finish him off.
You won't beat me by borrowing
That's
energy
you, man.
from
It's
insects.
Tambourine.
Luckily, his friend and former mentor steps in to save the day.
I'm chilling. I don't have nothing to do right now.
This is quite a battle, Goku. Hey, Gramps.
Master Roshi will be in his max
Oh,
power form,
shit.
not to be confused with max
Okay,
power
well,
mode. Because he is
ooh.
unable to fly,
Oh, they'll
he is
do
a
a
bit
walkthrough on
limited
this
when it
shit.
comes to movement, and almost no character can match
I need to check out
legendary
that one
Super
game my
Saiyan
boy was
Broly's
telling me
brute
about.
strength.
I forgot what
However,
it's
the
called,
old
but he
master
said
is able to
it's good.
overcome the Saiyan giant and the
This
ultimate
is on Steam
underdog
too, so I
fight.
gotta check that shit out.
I won't lose to any young Gripper's number. Huh? He won? No way.
What a great way to let this old master shine and save the day like he once did many years ago.
Oh yeah, it's
Granddaughter Pan.
Tambourine.
Goku and the others return to Earth triumphant, having gathered the Black Star Dragon
Yeah,
Balls
Tambourine
scattered
his
through
ass for
space. However, Baby has made his way to Earth too, and is taking control of Vegeta's
Look at
body.
Baby.
It is now up to Goku and Pan to take him out. The fight against Baby is a long one, and when all hope seems lost, Goku discovers some
God.
hidden power and transforms into the fan favorite Super Saiyan 4. With his new power, Goku is able to destroy Baby, even after he turned into a
What
golden
fucking
great
game
ape.
is
At least
this?
this is how the events are supposed to unfold.
What game is
To
this?
get the
Let me
alternate
see.
ending,
I like
you
it.
need to at least
Oh,
make
it's
it to the point
Tekaishi
where
3.
Goku transforms
Oh,
into Super
shit.
Saiyan 4. Once
I
in
never
this
even-
form, you just have to
I
lose to
forgot what
Baby, and then
Tekaishi
Pan
3
will
is.
step
It's
in to save
fire.
her grandfather.
Tekaichi 3.
Is this the power of your new form? You're
Yeah.
wasting my time.
Grandpa!
Granddad.
It seems there's another little monkey. Don't
Yeah.
worry. I'll come for you next.
The amount of
Granddad.
health that Baby has left before Goku falls
You can be
in
an
battle
introvert
will
if
be
you
his
like.
remaining health for when you take control of Pan. So depending on how well you were doing in the previous phase, you can make this fight either really easy or really hard. Pan, even though she has not even achieved Super Saiyan, is still able to defeat Baby, even when Super Saiyan 4 could not. How's that for power scaling?
Yeah.
Grandpa! I
Granddad.
avenged you!
I avenge you, Granddad.
Pan! I'm still alive!
Granddad.
At least this makes GT Pan seem more competent. She was so bloody annoying in Dragon Ball GT. Dragon Ball Super Pan is just so much better. Okay, let's end this video before it turns into a
Granddad.
Dragon Ball Super rant.
Granddad.
Cherished memory, a beloved character roster. It seems like the developers saw Pokemon and said, let's do that, but with Dragon.
Highlights why that definitive edition remaster was so bad. You know, where they just totally butchered that original aesthetic with lazy texture replacements. There was a lot of clever little visual tricks they'd used here
I'm
as well
bored,
to
Zach.
make the
Give me
map
some
seem
cool to
bigger than it
watch.
actually was.
Please don't give me
I'm
nothing
sure we all
lame.
know who Ryan Reynolds is. You might know him as the owner.
Screen. So with that in mind, we figured we'd check out the Deadpool game that's been removed from all digital storefronts
Oh,
because
God, I
of
know one day I'm
licensing,
gonna be
making
fucking
this game
hella-
very, very rare. Leave a like
fucking
for
looking me up on the
huge
internet,
Jackman,
so many
and let's
fucking
get into
faces
this.
of me. Especially this one.
Deadpool, it's Logan. Logan. Oh, Wolverine, your favorite Canadian superhero from...
I do love Wolverine.
What was that squad he was in?
Alpha Flight.
That's it. The Canadian
played
X-Men.
this game
Whose
before
dog is
that?
That's Deadpool's dog. Look at it.
Who's low res?
I'm mad because I had one of the
Deadpool's
rare,
low-res
I had one of the
dog.
rarest games. You know how rare this
Hey,
game
what's that?
is? And I'm
You guys
pissed I
tracking my
had
every
it.
move now? But I haven't even accomplished anything in this game yet.
That was the classic
And got rid of
Canadian
it.
Ryan Reynolds quip that we all know and love.
This isn't Ryan Reynolds, right? This is Nolan North,
No,
you know?
it's Ryan Reynolds.
Uncharted. Ryan Reynolds.
Wonder what's in here.
Oh my God! Does he shit in his bathtub?
Big stinky
What is it
pickle.
full of?
Stinky
Do we want to
stinky.
make a stink pickle?
I mean, yeah, sure. Let's take a shit, dude.
Ooh, yeah. Haha, there we go. Now we're talking.
Get it?
Is
'Cause he
that
has a
Zappy
big
in the
junior.
bathroom?
Get
that you be
it.
Zach
I
in the
get
bathroom?
it. Hey, at least we don't need to
'Cause I do
censor anything
sometimes.
because the game's doing it for us.
Oh, you gotta love the ones that make you sweat.
This is what you get the Deadpool game for, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't do that.
You
What
put him
he's
in a
just doing
situation
right here.
and
I
you
don't
just
do
stare
that.
at him and then see how he responds to you.
Hit Mother of God, it burns!
What did
Really?
he eat?
Is he gonna flush for toilet? No.
Look at that toilet, man. It doesn't
My
look
boy
like
wiped
it's
that
been
ass
flushed
at night.
in years.
I don't think he's cleaned it ever. I don't think he's cleaned anything. Deadpool would be a horrible neighbor.
Oh yeah. You'd be the classic.
This house dirty as hell,
upstairs
though.
neighbor meme.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's getting nice though.
Obviously, the prop guys never got around to making
It
me
wasn't
an
that
awesome
bad.
guitar.
In my opinion, it
Oh, not
wasn't
a
that
sewer
bad.
level. Oh come on.
Oh, that's where we're starting. Oh, come
No,
on.
this has to be an in
Just
joke
made
or
it sound
something
bad.
about
This game
sewer
wasn't that bad.
levels.
But now when Deadpool Wolverine came out, everybody said this
They
game was
didn't even fight
amazing and
back.
shit.
Oh, now this is some classic.
Like I said, Spider-Man 3 was
slash
ass.
combat.
Now
Comic
the game
Sans
is
in the
good.
top
It's
right on the
just
combo
weird.
meter is throwing me off so much.
Hey, at least it's not Papyrus. Oh, I can teleport. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Is that one of Deadpool's abilities?
I didn't know that he could teleport. No. Oh. Oh my god! Oh my god!
How
He
can
shot
you
his
do that?
limbs off.
Enzyme.
Well, that's nice.
Oh my god, look at them. They're everywhere. Oh, look at these little Deadpool coins I can pick up. Nice.
Get all the Deadpool bucks, dude. We need to get some combos. New combos.
I gotta get every debuff.
Enzymes.
Hey, player, open up the upgrade
Don't
menu and
Dave
see
at
what
work
we can
tomorrow?
buy.
Oh, I would love to. They're called DP points, by the way. Deadpool points. So I want to buy some new weapons. I could buy a new weapon if I wanted to.
I don't think you can actually.
Probably
Mines,
wasn't, like,
bear
not
traps, frag grenades, flashbangs, shotguns.
I hope he's
The only
doing
new
well.
weapons you could buy would be the
And likes it.
flashbangs
I know
or
he's
the grenades.
just
Or we
talking
can
to Kenneth
upgrade
and
things,
shit.
right?
I can't upgrade myself, but I can upgrade my weapon
Look at
for
that
more
from
damage.
my number one viewer.
Sure, why
Maybe you
not?
could
The more
react
bad
to
guys we
like
kill, the more
Angel Pale
upgrades we can unlock
compilation.
and purchase with our points.
8
I
to
like
4
to spec
years.
my Deadpool
You were 8 to 4? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like to spec my Deadpool
Yeah, I am.
for
I might,
nougat and
yeah.
cream filling, but I don't think that's an option.
Someone said I
How do you
should
like to
react to
spec your
fights.
Deadpool? Are you like an agility
and shit.
Deadpool or?
I read this
strength?
YouTuber
I
called
think you
Codename
just go
Super.
full
I have the
damage
video. It's
Full
just
damage Deadpool.
upload for
damage
tomorrow.
Deadpool, no defense. All
He's
offense.
one of my favorite YouTubers. He wasn't a YouTuber. When I was down in my little dumps and shit, I found him recently. He's a good YouTuber, yo. He's kind of cool. His edits are fire. I bet you should see a video of
right
it.
now, am I?
I think you might. I think
You'll
you
like
might
it.
be. Do you have shit in your pants?
I don't have shit in my pants. So.
I definitely don't have any shit in mine. So
Nigga, it's
I'm
funny.
feeling like
His reactions are crazy. I did this one. I shouldn't have told you that. But you probably won't watch it anyway. I watched it. Matter of fact, I haven't watched a Naruto one yet. So let's watch a Naruto one. This dude is
Awaken to a world of wonder in Final Fantasy XIV Online.
Yeah. Now it's time to look at Ishiki versus Boruto. If Boruto was some stocks, I'd invest in. Because
dude
every
named
now and
Codename
then they
Super.
always
I
show
found him
flashes
on
of
TikTok
greatness.
when I was down in the
Always got
dumps.
something up their sleeve to get your attention.
he's
It's like it's
cool.
calculated.
Like,
How do they
look at
do
his
it?
fucking-
Well, let's get into it. It starts
Look
off
at
with
his edits.
Ishiki dashing in towards Boruto, and
Hey, look
Naruto
at
comes
that
to
shit.
intercept him. To which Ishiki is like,
You're too slow.
disappearing, having
Hey,
my
look
boy
at that
swinging at
shit.
straight air. He grabs Boruto and has his feet dangling, bullying bro in front of his unc and his pops. This is crazy disrespect. I mean, like, bro, he grabbing him by the collar. Sasuke couldn't watch him any longer, so he trades places and boots up at Chidori. But unfortunately, in
Dude, it's
Boruto, no one is more washed than Sasuke. All it took was Ishiki grabbing
And now
both
I'm gonna be
arms
in the
and making
edit.
me realize
I
he's
want
not
him to
the
edit me
same
in
man
this
that pulled
clip.
up on
I
the
make faces too.
5 Kage. And you know it's raps when villains start talking like 2007 Megatron or 2018 Thanos, hit him with the "you're weak," then kicks him right in the gut, sending him flying into the rocks. And after that, he is just floating down,
Yeah, his video was
menacingly.
kind of different
He
for me to
lands and
react to
starts
because,
talking
you know,
crazy, talking about some
I never react to a
Naruto,
video of them
square
talking
your
the whole
ass up.
time. But it's kind of cool.
You next. Time out, bro. Sasuke,
Who
is that
you?
you? No way this man is hiding right now. Him and
Yo.
Gohan are making the same mistake. We see you. You are not slick.
These recap
Naruto
videos
puts
are
on his
just
cloak
as
though and spawns
irritating
9
because
chakra
his
arms.
edits
And he's just
always
standing there
irritate
getting
me.
sprinted at and has no reaction.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just
So I
knew
was reacting
shit
to it. I
wasn't
was like,
going
yo,
to
this
work.
motherfucker
He
is
reads
smart.
every single
Yeah, I
one
used
of
to watch him all- I
Naruto's
watch him all the
attacks
time.
and makes it look effortless. Then he
Because
disappears
I was like,
having
oh, yeah,
Naruto shook.
YouTube.
His
Motherfucker
ass
got
didn't know
YouTube
what
every
to do.
time.
He's sitting there staring at the same spot and then this man comes in like a truck.
Look at
It was
that
straight
shit.
heel to the face. He was not playing. After getting flung back, Naruto reaches into his very deep bag of 2 moves and pulls out the Shadow Clone Jutsu. And all this shit did was make Ishiki look even more cold. I knew it was raps when I saw bro aggressively moonwalking. The clones following bro and bro said nothing and pulls this clean flip to dodge Naruto's kick. Shit was beautiful. Nothing like the shit Miles Morales was doing. Bro hit the backflip for no reason. Bro, you almost jumped into him. You could have just caught him. Now bro getting electrocuted for no reason. You accomplished nothing. But hey, at least he's not Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker. My boy did a backflip and still got his shit caught. Look at this slow-mo and everything. Once he realized the shit was pointless, it was too late. But yeah, he lands and does a B-hop into a spin move, absolutely cooking this clone. Had his ass sitting there like, darn it. After he lands, you can't see his face, but you know he's staring at absolutely nothing. The way these 2 clones are reacting right now. They were perplexed, couldn't believe they were getting done like this. Sasuke finally decides to get his ass up now and comes running to sneak Ishiki. Him and Naruto locked eyes and they instantly knew the play. Naruto grabs Ishiki and then he pushes him towards Sasuke, who has the Chidori booted up. But if you look at Ishiki closely, he got his eyes closed. And if you know any anime characters with an eye ability, they're always hitting the same exact emote, closing their eyes before reopening. Bro, we get it. Your eyes got powers. You don't have to do this shit every time. He spawns in these large geometric heavy-ass little Titan blocks and drops it down on like I did. It's the only thing that got hurt in the process was Naruto's shadow. The camera cuts back to Sasuke and bro immediately starts hitting it off guard, not paying attention to a damn thing, trying to get the IG flick off by any means necessary. Bro, pay attention.
I like that. That's kind of cool. Happy birthday.
He gets hit with a standing 360.
My birthday was yesterday, but I got home late.
And had the heavy attack form unlocked. Punch sends him.
I was trying to get home at like 10.
He comes back and kicks him down.
But getting on like.
And after packing Sasuke up, he took no breaks like a Mappa employee. Just kept on going. Went after Naruto next, holding that Kawhi Leonard face. I can't
burp for nothing.
Still to be happy about.
You're up too old. I might throw up.
Job's not finished.
You know he goes up to Naruto and chokes him.
If you came a little earlier, I would have burped.
Takes him back up. And this is where he tries looking him directly in the eyes. But Naruto wasn't going for it. Had his shit closed.
Weird, buddy. You're weird.
Ishiki spins him around and hits him with a
plan for you.
Putting his back on straight rocks. Had him look.
You said cannot burp. For follow, I got it. Oh shit. My non-spelling ass. Will burp for me, baby. Oh Lord. I'm cheating the system. Where my follow at? Alright, where my follow, yo? Or you need a better burp?
Don't touch that mouse. You'll watch. Check out this oldie but goodie.
I was gonna give a follow. I made my Badlands burp. You said, can I burp? So I'm burping, look. Why is this shit shaking like that? I used to love watching Badlands shows. He cool as shit, yo. There you go, Bert. Can I get my follow now? Thank you, Princess. How you doing?
Alright, I'm not gonna lie, this video makes me smile solely because Boo is getting dropped. But
Yeah, I don't know
before
what
any
to
of
play
that,
right now, so I'm just
I gotta
chilling.
talk about this. This man Goku tosses the earring, and look at this, bro. Yeah, he don't care about the earth at all. I know people get on Gohan's head for not catching this, but we gotta get on Goku's head, cause what is
I'm
that
going
aim?
well.
And before y'all say, you don't even got that type of aim though, then
Just
what
talk to
happened
my
on
good
end?
friend
This man is
Zach.
on the
He
ground,
watching me.
injured. Throws the
I was
frog,
trying to,
perfect lead
get
pass
guy
right
who
there,
burps follow.
intercepts the body swap, and turns
You think
him
I
into
burp?
a
I
frog.
couldn't
Come
burp.
on now, that's a
So I put a,
generational right there. Goku's like me in my prime, bro. I was out
person
there
burping in
throwing
the
dimes
video,
in gym class.
so I
Come
get
on
my
now. But
follow.
those days are over. I moved on to better things. They put my jersey up on the rafters, number 23.
Stop the cap.
But anyways, there's one more thing I gotta talk about. This man Goku
What
in
you up
that
to? What's
damn
new?
earring. The way he just kept trying to put it in the frame is crazy. Just look at this.
Wow.
That is crazy. And the next
He
one's
probably
about to be
going to.
crazier. Look at this. So Goku jumps over the attack. And look at how they make him turn before getting hit. Yep, they're making sure we see it. This is the equivalent to people getting a new tattoo. They be taking photos, making sure we see the ink every time. Yeah, but anyways, let's skip to the fusion. So Vegeta puts on the earring, and they turn into a living VVS. Just look at
True.
how they're glowing.
True.
Another person that turned
True,
into a
by long
living
gone,
VVS
yeah.
was Cell, and we saw what he did to that boy Vegeta. Turned bro into a puzzle piece. Look how he fit in the ground. But hold on, this man started punching and kicking the air. That shit was a little too fast. I know Boo was feeling nervous. But here comes disrespect number one. This man Vegito turns into Aang and throws straight air at Boo. And oh, nah, no way a gust of wind is giving you a wound like that. You might as well pack it up and go home. But here comes disrespect number two. Vegito taunts him, motions him to come over. Guess what Boo does with his 3 million IQ? Yep, flies straight to him.
Gives that guy a map.
Vegito easily dodges him, puts the bottom of his shoe to his face. And I just want you to think of that whole sequence right there and know that he is trash. But Boo spins the block, pieces him up, kicks him into the ground and hits him with the ki blast and starts smirking. You know he was feeling himself after that combo. Look at that stupid face. It screams, oh yeah, I showed him. But anybody watching this knows he didn't do shit. Matter of fact, it's revealed to us that this whole time this man Vegito was just standing there with his head down and eyes closed. I swear these anime characters be in their own world thinking they in the edit. Just like this dude, he in his own world right now thinking he moving at light speed, but he's not. That shit is literally normal speed. He just moving his head. My man thought he was going crazy. So after all that warm-up stuff ends, Vegito started getting a little serious. Gives Brody a 30-piece combo with the biscuit. And look at Boo right now. My boy got violated. Took both of his legs, plus the future Gohan. Oh nah, I'm not gonna lie, this shit had me cheesing. I was looking like SpongeBob. But here go Boo OP ass regenerating everything. I'm just sitting here wondering, why did Toriyama make this character? This up, down, left, right cheat code ass bitch should have never made it out the drafts. Honestly, if you take away this man's regen, he would have to have a new career, would have been a professional LA Fitness player.
Like
this
that?
man's days of villainry would be over. Peep how locked in he was when he was giving this man the business. Last time we seen somebody like that, it was Cell. Cell was spamming Goku with the
Other
right
than
jabs,
he,
and
those
all
he
you
was
could see in his
boxing.
face is pure hatred. Shit was accurate too. He was 100% on the headshots, and that's exactly how Vegito looked. That boy said, hitting that man Boo with straight precision. Then he uppercuts him, and now it's time for him to cook up. He gives him the most delectable
I
3-piece
remember that
combo.
video,
He starts it off with a toe piercing.
This dude reacted
Brody
to it.
stretching like Luffy.
What
Then
the
he
fuck is his
punches
name,
him in the
yo? He
face.
had me dead.
And look at this man Vegito. He's a villain his damn
Like, he
self.
was
Come
dead.
on,
I
bro.
was
One look at
dying
him
with
and you
that
know you about to
shit. I forgot
commit
his
devious
fucking
and
name. Hold up.
nefarious acts. Yes, officer, that's him. The
I
man
gotta
that's
find
about
that
to
bitch.
violate. Takes Boo's face out the frame. Just look at Boo right now. This is some of y'all's favorite villain. Who has ever looked this contorted? Only Boo. The good thing about it is you never have to ask him what happened. One look at his face and you already know. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the way this man Vegito was trash talking is outrageous. Throughout this whole fight, bro had that Larry Bird type of trash talk, the one that made you rethink your life when you get home. Matter of fact, think of a disappointed father, Ozai. The way he was talking to Zuko, calling him a disgrace and a disappointment. Yeah, that's Vegito. Anyways, this man Vegito knows how to ruin a moment. You know how villains be having that I'm about to destroy the earth moment, like Trunks with Frieza, Cell with Gohan, and then they just be staring at the attack unfazed. That's exactly how Vegito was. Boo was like, hey Vegito, you better move now. I'm finna boom this earth. Yo, weak ass not booming nothing.
I'm really
What you
not.
wanna bet?
I found it.
Shit, I got 5, you don't. Make that shit 10. Also, what the fuck is a Vegito? He throws it, confident as hell. I found this in the deleted scenes. This man was brushing off his shoulders, watching as his attack is slowly descending down. And we know Hercule's somewhere in the background shaking right now, scared as hell. Vegito looks at it and is like, this weak shit. Kicks it away and is like, where my 10 at? And you know Boo got no money because he just spawned in.
I think it's him right here. Yo, this dude had me dead. Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, I like him. He's funny. You'll like him too, Mirius. He just reacts to like wrestling and shit. He's kind of funny. Like, he's so random, but it's so cool. I just find which one. Yeah, like, it's only like, his videos are legit like 1 minute. But he's dope as shit.
You know, I
You're a
love
fuck,
riding motorcycles.
Oh, she's hot.
It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I love
Y'all
it too.
remember when Undertaker dragged Kane straight to hell? Oh my God, look at Kane screaming like that. All right, so he had a match with Randy Orton they was into. He was about to choke slam the shit out of him and it went dark in that motherfucker. It was dark for a minute, bro. Like turn on the lights. Like, damn, what's going on? Lights come back on. Randy Orton right behind him. He hit him with a bow, RKO, motherfucker.
Bow.
Randy Orton ended up getting the motherfucking win, bro. Kane over there mad as fuck. He can't believe it. He damn near got to crashing out. So he gonna go over to the announce table, get the motherfucking tearing shit up. Like, bro, the Undertaker is not underneath that. Couldn't even hold it in. He like, man, fuck. He get back in the ring. He really twigging. He like, bruh. Like, what is wrong with you, Kane?
That's where I got from. Yeah. Fuck. Oh shit, my bad.
Calm the fuck down. He pacing back and forth. Just be couldn't even hold it in. He like, man, fuck. He get back in the ring. He really twigging. He like, bruh. Not underneath that. Couldn't even hold it in. He like, man, fuck. He get back in the ring. He really twigging. He like, bruh. Like, what is wrong with you, Kane? You need to calm the fuck down. He pacing back and forth. This be me when I ain't got no bud. I be walking around this motherfucker tripping. Kane about to lose his mind. He about to cry. You too big to be crying like that, Kane. He was really about to lose it and they got dark in that motherfucker. Undertaker was playing with that man, dog. Where's he at? Kane don't know what to do at this point, bro. He really shook up. He like, what now? About to show you. Dead man, motherfucker. Undertaker rose from underneath that goddamn ring and snatched Kane ass up. They got the dragging his ass straight to hell. Kane tried to fight it, but it just was not happening. And he got him pulled down in there. Kane got the tripping. All you see is bald head just keep popping up and out. I know they was underneath that ring. That's where I got it from. The motherfucker. That's 2 big 7-foot motherfuckers, bro. Y'all got them compacted underneath that goddamn ring like that.
Yeah, this I used to watch him all the time too. He's cool as shit. He's funny. Like, no lie, he's funny as shit, yo. He good people. He a good YouTuber to watch too. Ooh.
Bro, y'all remember when John Cena fought Kevin Federline? This shit was some of the most ignorant shit in the world, bro. Like, what was really going on? If was over there getting them biscuits ready. Now, for y'all who don't know who Kevin Federline is, he used to date Britney Spears. Literally probably one of the top 5 lamest motherfuckers ever. And he had John Morrison training him. Rubs hands like Birdman. Like, hold on, man. Like, let me get my gloves on. John Cena like, what the fuck going on, man? He like, shit, hold on again real quick. He had to go get together. He took the motherfucking robe off. Got that headgear on real quick. He ready to bump ski. They got John Cena all kinds of messed up.
Shirt,
bro didn't even strap the damn thing up. He looked like he was serious.
Big as hell.
Like, come on, get your free hit. Why you trying to put him in a headlock, bro? That shit was not happening, bro. What the fuck? Man, John Cena picked that up, flung his ass. Why you had that white t-shirt on? Like, hey, yo, this motherfucker strong, yo. Rubs hands like Birdman again. He back at it. No sweat. He done took the gloves off. John Cena done got the chair in. He done sit down like, all right. Why you tickle that man armpit? Sit back down. He damn near tried to put John Cena in the master lock. Got the whoopsie daisy and all. Cena flung his ass off of him again. Getting pissed and he like, man, we got throw biscuits. Throwing hands, motherfucker, with all this extra stuff. Somehow, some way, I don't know what this was, but he broke it. Oh, he broke him down. Tried to put him in the arm bar, folks. John Cena lifted that man up and set him in the corner and said, listen, I want you to try again, my buddy. Next thing you know,
skinny
look,
like him, though.
Oh, shit, John.
But you don't look like him.
God. He said a boink. Why he kicked that man? Hey, he's trying to take him up top. Next thing you know, bow, Umaga hit that man. Oh my God. Took the WWE Championship and bopped his ass. Oh my God. Like, yo, you see that show? And his ass kicked. G came back, ding, ding, ding. Right then, he like, you woke? Like, shit, fuck it. Why Kevin Federline win the match, bro? That shit's so he got up and threw $86 on that man. Oh my God. He got
the man said you won and threw $86. Yo, I never
celebrating. I didn't know why you just threw $86 on that man. He threw dollars on that man. Oh my God, he got to celebrating. I didn't know why you just threw $86 on that man. He throwing up the hood. John Cena just got his ass beat and got $86 through on him. He like, you suck.
Yeah, I forgot he says about $86. Yo, that's wild. It man said $86. It's kind of cool just sitting watching YouTube, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just putting on random shit. I'm surprised you still in here. You been here for 34 minutes, Zach. You're doing a good job. I like you. You're my favorite. What else you been doing, Zach? What's new? You know, look at me throw. That's you throw $86 on Kenneth. I'm a dedicated bitch. I'm dead. So, and Yamcha being best friends for 4 minutes. Ooh.
He tapped.
Oh, hey! It's Ten Shinhan and Yamcha! Hiya, guys! How you doing?
Just heading towards the arena. Vegeta passed us earlier, flipped us off. So that was a good way to start the morning.
Yeah, but we totally flipped him off back.
I flipped him off back. You just waved and laughed nervously.
Look, I don't have your mutually sustained hate boner for the guy, okay?
I don't have a hate boner for him.
Dude, it's a pretty hateful boner.
That sounds fun.
Another man has just touched down at the arena. Sir, are you looking to take on the terrifying Perfect Cell?
Get that mic out of my face before I give you a colonoscopy with your camera.
Message received, violent stranger.
Answer the question, Prince. Do you plan to take me on? Because I'm ready to throw down.
Yo, I don't know how the hell some YouTubers be doing shit like this.
Oh, I see. You took my advice.
You know how long
You're
it takes to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I do see
My
it. You
dear
gotta do
Android
reaction videos to that series.
How
Yo,
wonderful
I
for you
might
to join us
because
today.
I
Are you
heard
here
about
for-
that.
Okay, are you
And
serious?
the series
Just
is
gonna say his name over and over?
crazy.
He is here.
Your little feet.
And our roster is complete. Piccolo, Trunks, and Yamcha. What a surprise. How's it going, man?
Oh, good. I brought towels and water bottles.
And like that, you've already contributed more than Vegeta.
Gonna need a sensu for that one.
A few moments later.
How do you even... Guys, he ripped so out!
Oh, Stella. Oh, Kenneth
You
girlfriend.
just forgot we can fly, didn't you?
I still never knew that Stella was a guy
can't help,
at one
okay?
point.
Is that so
No,
wrong?
a girl at
The
one
fact
point.
that you
wait,
have any
wait, I'm
hope left
lost.
in your life is your most
A
admirable
guy that went to a girl. Couldn't think of. I couldn't
Yamcha,
think.
for the love of God, don't thank
Well,
him.
Jack never turned to a
And
guy.
as for you... Oh, I see.
It's kind of funny
This
shaking
is
his
a
hand
prank.
because his hand is so
My
tiny.
God, I honestly
His
never
hand is like,
figured
but I took
you
his
were a
hand was like
prankster,
that.
Goku,
So
but
you got little
you
hands.
Son of a bitch! You got me. Okay, who is it? Is it the prince? No, it couldn't be. I don't even take my own sloppy seconds. The boy? Hardly. He looks like he's about ready to crush coal into diamonds with his sphincter. Oh, could it be Ten Shinhan? Please tell me it's Ten Shinhan.
Man, it's like a hate boner triangle.
Noperino, the fighter I've selected, the fighter who will finally put your terror to an end, is Gohan. Get out here. I'm sorry, we're a little high up here. What did he just say, Mr. Piccolo?
I think he just said, Gohan! Out of the entire list, you pick him! He wasn't even on the list! Yamcha was on the list!
Wait, why was I?
Halftime entertainment!
Frankly, I'm just happy to be included.
Ah, shit, that was meant to TN. That's my B. It's just so hard to pass your power levels anymore. You're all so weak.
Guys, Cell's back!
Thanks, Yamcha. But I see those shocked expressions of yours, brains racking over how I'm back, and better than ever. And it all lies within my body. I am now
Perfecter Cell!
Okay, Yamcha, accurate, but tone it down.
The nigga said.
After this
Yeah,
video,
I saw one
your
of
life is
them,
never going to
and
be
it
the
was
same.
like
So
I forgot
need
what
you
it
to
was
stop
about.
whatever.
Yo, that's kind of dope. I would love to figure out how to make some shit like that.
Yamcha has been the butt joke of Dragon Ball for God knows how long. This has all ultimately stemmed from this picture. And is this really an in-joke? Is it just to have a laugh, or are there some fans out there that really think Yamcha is the worst? I mean, as a joke, I can see why it would be funny. All franchises must have a butt joke, but when the joke starts solidifying itself wrongly as false facts, which some start believing, Yamcha has been a victim of that treatment.
Okay.
Maybe it's the Team 4-star references. Maybe it's just pure ignorance of Yamcha as a character.
Bro.
Maybe it's his
They
death
out here
in
holding
Z against the
Yamcha.
Cybermen. Or maybe it's because of some fans who...
It's no secret Toriyama originally planned for Dragon Ball Super Superhero to be a Piccolo movie. The first 2/3 of the movie make that apparent even after the script was altered to focus on Gohan for the climax. What that altered script didn't do was take away an important part of Piccolo's story. In a way, Giga Chad Piccolo over here completes the journey.
Orange Piccolo, the Demon King of Dragon Ball and Goku's world-dominating rival. Even since Dragon Ball Z, Piccolo's power has been extremely underrated, but you don't get the title Demon King Piccolo for nothing. Piccolo, after merging with Nail, is able to take on second form Frieza, with Frieza at this point being stated he has power to destroy the entire universe itself. His power continues to rise as he prepares for the androids and fights against Super Saiyan Goku for 3 years straight, with Goku being so strong at this point that he can outmatch Frieza, who can survive a literal universal spirit bomb, and even while holding back half of his strength still has enough energy to destroy Namek, with the destruction being seen outside of the galaxy. But this same Frieza would get put down like a dog against Piccolo. Later, Piccolo becomes even more powerful as he merges with Kami and becomes more powerful than a Super Saiyan, fighting against Android 17 to a standstill in probably one of the most underrated fights in Dragon Ball history. Piccolo is eclipsed by the Saiyans once again as all of them ascend past Super Saiyan, but his son is the one that's able to go even further, as Gohan harnesses all of his potential and truly surpasses Super Saiyan, becoming a Super Saiyan 2. Piccolo continues to train, but it's almost pointless, as these Saiyans keep getting stronger faster and faster, to the point where there's no longer need for a demon. Fast forward to Dragon Ball Super, his old rival's strength is now in a completely different world, as 5 Saiyans infuse their power into the hope of the universe, and Goku becomes a Super Saiyan God. Goku and Beerus clashing their fists isn't just a threat to planets, stars, galaxies, or just a single universe. It's a threat to the entirety of Universe 7. Universe 7 isn't just a single universe as we define it, as it is composed of 7 different space-times, with each of these universes being stated to be infinite in size. And the afterlife is something special, as it was stated in the Daizenshuu 4 World Guide that the afterlife transcends the mortal universe, was on a higher plane of existence, and was even stated in the super exciting guide that this realm transcends the concepts of space and time, which is actually pretty interesting, as it was stated that Goku and Beerus' battle was super dimensional, with the kanji translating to being above the totality of dimensionality. But to put it simply, Goku is ridiculously strong. Piccolo witnesses this god on Earth and needs to figure out a way to match it, with Piccolo actually being able to do it. With Piccolo nearing the Tournament of Power having strength greater than anybody in Dragon Ball Z, which means Piccolo is even stronger than Super Vegito, who can defeat Buhan, who is going to crush the universe just by screaming, and even has strength greater than God Goku in the Battle of Gods arc, who has power to rip apart universes. This is even demonstrated in the Tournament of Powers. He's able to show some sort of relativity to Ultimate Gohan as they tag team and fight together. Not super relative, but relative enough. This goes even further as Piccolo's strength continues to rise in the Moro arc, as he's able to tag team even better with Gohan, but it's still not even close to his rival, as Goku in the Tournament of Power is able to access the technique of the angels and unlocks Ultra Instinct, with it being so strong that it was able to shake the infinite world of Void that was stated in a guide to be beyond the concepts of space and time, as Goku has gotten so strong at this point that he's able to access Ultra Instinct at will, and is even able to use it in all of his forms, with Goku at this point being even stronger than Broly, who in his fight with Gogeta was able to shatter reality, which once again was stated to be super dimensional. Goku gets even stronger as he fights against opponents who literally wish to become the strongest mortals in the universe, and he unlocks his own variation of Ultra Instinct. But when Piccolo finds himself in a fight against androids who have data on an angel, he needs to show them that demons are even stronger. Piccolo fights against Gamma 2, with the Gammas being stated to have power that rivals Goku and Vegeta, with this statement being a little less absurd than it might might sound at first, as we know androids in the past, especially 17 and 18, only had data from Saiyan Saga events, yet had power to compensate for Goku's evolution on Namek. And seeing as the Gammas had data from the Moro arc, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to say that they can match their strength. But I would say this would be more in reference to their Super Saiyan Blue forms, as you'll see later. Gohan also joins the battle against the Gammas to save his daughter and is tapping back into more of his strength as well. But Gohan's potential isn't the only one being pushed, as Piccolo decides to tap into his, making a wish on the 7 Dragon Balls for Shenron to release Piccolo's hidden potential, and the result is astounding. As Piccolo's body falls into the abyss, his power rises. It's almost like his wish wasn't to get his potential awakened. It was to awaken a demon.
You said that too?
Rising from the abyss is a demon with the power of
you
a
say nothing
god,
else? You can
reclaiming
say,
his throne as the demon king, Orange Piccolo. Piccolo is so strong that he's able to tank attacks from a Gamma who's stated to rival Goku and Vegeta, and completely one-shots him, with the author of Dragon Ball making a statement saying that Piccolo has now reached the power to rival Goku and everyone else, with Piccolo doing a half-decent job holding back Cell Max, the same one who, while clashing with Gohan, was stated that their battle was the strongest in history, meaning Piccolo at this point is one-shotting Jiren, Broly, Moro, or literally anyone under true Ultra Instinct Goku. I guess he truly has reclaimed his throne. Overall, Orange Piccolo would scale to complex multi to outer versal with infinite to irrelevant speed. In the end, Piccolo has come a long way since his rivalry battle against Goku in Dragon Ball, and now has power to just straight up one-shot gods. Goku might have the power of an angel, but Piccolo has the power of a demon. What's up, guys? It's Divine. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. And yeah, I know you guys wanted this video before Pickle, but I really wanted to make that. But on the bright side, you guys didn't have to wait that long. Anyway, tell me in the comments, who do you think is stronger than Orange Piccolo?
Me. Oh. Yeah, whoa, shut up, bitch, with the ads. Jiren couldn't even make him flinch. He lying, man. Jiren will whip Piccolo's ass, probably. Yo, I like that. Yo. That
Piccolo,
is crazy.
the Junior, the reincarnation of the Demon King, God. Piccolo has gone through a lot of transformations throughout the series. He went from the literal embodiment of the evil that lived within God to sacrificing himself for the son of the man he should hate the most. He's gone through a lot of transformations and is often considered by many as Goku's first real serious rival. As the series goes on, Piccolo goes from struggling against the likes of a Saiyan with a power level of 1500 to one with a level of 4000, to then fighting the Emperor of the entire universe at a level of over 1 million, and making him go beyond that after reuniting with his people on planet Namek. Later, he trains for beings that slaughter Super Saiyans that made the Dominator of the universe literally shit his pants, and in just 3 years, many people know that Piccolo himself has so much power that it's unbelievable for anybody but a Super Saiyan to actually be so strong. But as we know, he goes even further beyond that, and he should have been able to handle...
How strong is Broly?
Super Broly. In the Dragon Ball franchise, there's a huge debate on who has the greatest potential out of everyone, with Kakarot being able to unlock a form the gods themselves cannot reach in only 45 minutes. Gohan being able to go from completely washed to having the strongest battle in history. Frieza, after only 4 months of training, was able to go from Namek Saga Super Saiyan Goku all the way to Super Saiyan Blue. But name me a character that can go from a warm-up for base Vegeta to matching a fusion. Broly, the legendary Saiyan whose power grows faster than the gods can predict, being born around the same time as an angel and a future god of destruction, he was destined to be legendary. And just like his Z counterpart, he's stronger than any villain in Dragon Ball Z, with characters like Frieza and Cell being stated to have power to destroy the living universe, and Cell himself being stated to have infinite battle power, surpassing Kid Buu and Gohan, who can collapse the universe with alternate dimensions. And Broly is is still stronger, which is insane because it was
I don't
stated
know
in the
if we did
Broly
much
movie
of
that
it.
Broly is so
Can we
strong
shit
that
our
training
pants
against
together?
Paragus is
I
next
don't
to
want shit
doing
with
no
pants anymore
training at
today.
all, meaning his
Next week,
power
next
just
week, next
passively
week.
surpassed everyone in Dragon
it's
Ball
cool.
Z. He puts this power on display as he fights against Kakarot and Vegeta after their win at the Universal Survival Tournament, where Kakarot was able to become the first mortal in existence to master Ultra Instinct and taking on the literal strongest fighters across the multiverse. But they never expected this. Broly attacks the king with his monstrous power, but this is nothing but a warm-up for him. However, he keeps evolving and getting faster and stronger with every single second that passes, eventually surpassing base form Vegeta, which is insane because Vegeta at this point in the series is thousands of times stronger than Super Saiyan God Kakarot in the Battle of Gods are, as Kakarot and Vegeta were able to learn how to tap into and control God Ki on their own, and putting that power into their base forms, with Super Saiyan God Kakarot in his fight with Beerus going to destroy not just the living universe, but 7 space-times within the macrocosm, with each one being an infinite realm, with the afterlife transcending dimensions that cannot be perceived from the mortal universe, with it being stated to transcend the concepts of space and time, with their battle even being stated to be super dimensional, and all of this universe-destroying power is condensed into their base forms. Most people are confused on why the universe isn't being threatened of being destroyed in battles after this, with characters getting hundreds of times stronger and having this power in their base forms, which I'll answer in another video, but for the short answer, Ki control. As Broly continues to fight, he forces Vegeta to use the legendary transformation of the Saiyan race and becomes a Super Saiyan. Broly is able to grow even faster as he quickly outmatches Vegeta again, as Vegeta states, "This is actually pretty interesting, as we know Saiyans can adapt mid-battle to get an edge on their opponents. For example, Goku being able to adapt to Hit's time skip, and Vegeta being able to adapt to Jiren's movements, but we've never seen it done this fast before." As Broly gets so strong so quick that Vegeta decides to skip it and dives into a pool of energy, becoming a Super Saiyan God, with Vegeta literally stacking universe-crushing power on top of itself, and decides to finish off Broly for good. But it's not over. Out of nowhere, Broly's power skyrockets, and what comes out is a brand new form. Well, brand new to Super. As Broly was able to access the power of the Great Ape, yet remain in his human form, calling this form Akari Broly. Broly was able to get so strong that within seconds, Super Saiyan God Vegeta's punches felt like nothing. Yup, this dude's a problem. But now it's time for Broly to fight against the hope of the universe, the age-old rivalry, the legendary Super Saiyan versus the legendary Super Saiyan. Broly fights against Kakarot, and now it's time to see who's the strongest, as Broly steamrolls through all of Kakarot's forms, reaching Super Saiyan God, where Kakarot is able to show an interesting ability called Godbind, where he's able to paralyze his opponents, yet Broly is so strong that he simply overpowers it and controls Kakarot. But now Kakarot shows him a new color that gets him 50 times stronger than his stacked Super Saiyan God. Broly fights against Kakarot as a Super Saiyan Blue, and it seems Broly is finally reaching his limit, but as Frieza is watching over the fight, he decides Broly needs a little push. Reminiscing on his battle against Kakarot on Namek, he knows Saiyans have a hidden power within themselves that can make this battle explode. Frieza kills Paragus to get Broly to channel that glow that he hates so much. And when Broly sees this, he realizes that he has nothing left except for his rage. As Broly's power starts to rise, Kakarot knows that this is the end. Broly completely loses his mind and finally snaps.
Like, they made that motherfucker that OP. Look at him.
Arising from the abyss is the true legendary Super Saiyan Broly. And just like the original Super Saiyan that couldn't control his power, Broly is completely lost in his rage. Vegeta decides to join the fight against Broly, but it's still not enough. And they decide the only way to win is to merge their powers together.
It's like he was OP, but they made him like
Broly
stupid.
to fight against Frieza, while
He
they
remind me
go
of like
learn
a
the
brute,
Metamorph
like a big
fusion.
brute
Vegeta and Kakarot mess it up
that's
2
real strong
times
with
in
no
a row.
knowledge.
And during this time, Frieza's getting completely mollywopped
Yeah, at least
for
has
an
some
hour
brains.
straight. But then they were finally able to do it. The mix of the Prince of Destruction
I like his
with
fight,
a mortal
yeah.
who obtained the form of an angel. And what comes out is the angel born in hell. Gogeta arrives on the battlefield ready to fight against Broly, with their fusion's power not just being one added together, but significantly multiplied. As Gogeta and Broly fight, both of them are getting stronger and stronger, and this is becoming fun. But let's take a step back and think about how crazy this actually is, because Kakarot and Vegeta decided to skip going Kaioken and Evolution Blue, and thought the only way to win was to fuse together, meaning Broly within only a couple of hours was able to go from base Vegeta to forcing them to use fusion, which is absolutely ridiculous. Broly even forces Gogeta to go Super Saiyan because of how fast Broly is growing. As they continue to fight, their power is going higher and higher, and it's becoming more and more unstable. And as both of their attacks connect, reality has been completely shattered. It was stated that this destruction of reality was super dimensional, which backs up the evidence from earlier. And as both of their powers continue
look at my
to
big
rise,
anime head.
Broly rises
That would got mad at
faster
you.
as he pulls forth all of his energy,
be careful
finally
that,
bringing
boy.
out the form that we know so
Yeah,
well.
Gogeta went hard
Broly
on him.
explodes with legendary power.
Vegeta
and
the one with
becomes
earrings.
full power Super Saiyan.
The one that fought
Broly.
Zamasu
Broly has
and
gotten so strong that Gogeta's punches,
Super
even as
Blue.
a Super Saiyan, feel like nothing, and forces Gogeta
Gogeta
to
is the
jump
one
all
that
the way
fought
to Super
Broly.
Saiyan Blue to finally put
The
him down.
non-canon one.
As Gogeta and Broly continue to fight, Gogeta is hitting Broly with every attack in his arsenal,
Boo.
but Broly just keeps getting up. Gogeta realizes that Broly's eventually going to surpass him yet again and decides to end this. Gogeta
Yo, my
charges up his
YouTube
energy
got
for a
3 views.
dramatic
That's insane.
finish.
That's pretty
as
cool.
Broly has finally reached his limit and he knows he's going to die. A legendary battle with a legendary conclusion.
Shit, everybody comes to the birthday stream. It's kind of cool. Hey, there's 2 different people, man. You gotta get it
Before
right.
Broly has killed his friend,
Two
wish on
different
the
fusions,
Dragon
two
Balls to
different
send
people.
Broly back to his home world, and this legendary battle
Slit.
is finally over. Kakarot
Whatever,
states
Slit.
that Broly's power might have even surpassed Beerus himself, as
Oh, get the
Kakarot and
fuck outta here
Vegeta
with
get
that
stronger
shit.
and stronger, unlocking
Beerus'
brand new
power would
forms,
never-
and even Kakarot's son unlocking a brand new beast form. Broly's been training
one
on
would ever
Beerus'
surpass
world.
Beerus,
As Gohan
yeah.
concludes his strongest battle in history,
Beerus will always be
it was
mine to the
stated
end
that
of Z.
perfected Cell Max might be even stronger
So
than
new.
Broly, meaning Broly at this current point is the strongest Saiyan in history. Overall, Broly would scale to complex multi to outer versal depending on which argument you want to take, with infinite to irrelevant speed. In the end, I guess we finally got our answer on who has the greatest potential out of everyone,
Me.
as Broly was able to go from base Vegeta all the way to Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta in only a couple of hours, and after training on Beerus' world has statements of being the strongest Saiyan. But Broly isn't just a monster, he's a devil. What's up, guys? It's Divine. If you guys enjoyed this video,
like
make
him,
sure you
though.
guys like and subscribe and hit that.
He do pretty good. No lie, y'all. He do pretty good. I fuck with him.
Beerus the Destroyer.
Oh, that's the last
In
one.
the
We got
world of
something else.
Dragon Ball, we've seen a plethora of powerful
He doing
fighters, but absolutely none of them
His
stand
edits
up
are
to this
fire,
one.
too.
Lord Beerus, Universe 7's god of destruction, and whose power eclipses
I need someone
every
edit my
character
shit
that
like
we've
that.
ever seen.
Edit me like
with
that.
King Cole telling Frieza
My
that there are
intro.
2 beings within the universe that he must never fight: Majin Buu and the god of destruction, Beerus. The same Frieza that can turn planets to dust and send their light across galaxies, with Frieza also being able to tank a spirit bomb with the energy from the entire universe. With Frieza's DNA being inputted into perfection, only one name makes Cell's blood run cold with fear, with Cell himself having infinite and bottomless strength and can rip apart solar systems that house innumerable stars. Majin Buu. At the time he was taking orders from Bibbidi to destroy the universe, I'm sure
Bibbidi
Bibbidi
boppidi
made
boo.
sure to avoid Beerus, with Majin Buu being so strong that he can rip apart the universe just by screaming, and can even destroy the Grand Kai's world, which is a universal-sized
scream.
planet that can house
get
multiple
mine when I
space
scream.
times. But what is it about this destroyer that has everyone in fear? Why are all the strongest fighters that we've ever seen in the series making sure they avoid this one? I mean, really, we have
Yeah, the
Ultimate
narration isn't
Gohan,
that
Super
bad.
Saiyan 3 Goku,
He doing pretty
and
good,
the
though.
fusion between Vegeta and
I'm just chilling.
Kakarot, Super Vegito. They're the strongest.
I got my Twitch on
or
just
so we
chatting,
thought.
so
39 years
maybe it's
later
doing
since he
something
went
good.
to sleep. the god of destruction has awoken yet again. Beerus the
I know
Destroyer
that shit
has
took a
woken
couple
up
hours
to
to
a
make, though.
premonition that he will fight a warrior that will
deserves
be
it.
his rival, a Saiyan who has reached divinity.
He sound menacing.
A Super Saiyan god.
Menacingly
Beerus learns
cool.
of the existence of the Saiyan who
He sound like
defeated
me.
Frieza and travels to King
Frieza.
Kai's planet to see for himself.
See for
With
himself.
Goku anticipating his arrival, he's excited to test his strength against
He's
the
a-
supposed
shut up, like me.
strongest in the universe. When Beerus arrives, he's face to face with the Saiyan equal to heaven, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But nobody would have expected what happened next, as Beerus completely embarrasses Goku and defeats him in 2 blows. With Goku stating that Beerus' strength is on a completely
should edit
different
that one
level,
with Goku
and
like
not
this.
even Vegito could
Like he was
defeat him.
getting fucked.
With Beerus traveling to Earth to see if the Super Saiyan God is the Prince of all Saiyans. When Beerus arrives, he does exactly what he did to Goku and embarrasses every fighter on the planet. With Goku himself arriving on Earth, he has a way to grant Beerus' wish, gathering
that's a lot
the
of
7
editing,
Dragon
dog.
Balls and calling upon the Eternal
Plus, some of the
Dragon,
videos I'll be making
with
ain't like that
Shenron
much
telling
editing.
them that the only way to achieve his wish is to have
Now,
7
if I do some wild
pure-hearted
shit,
Saiyans
I would do it.
infuse their light into another. With the Z Fighters putting their
I would
trust
edit
in the
an intro,
man that
something
always
cool.
saves the day.
Whatever
All of
game
the
I
Z
play and
Fighters
shit.
pour their energy into Goku, and he's lifted up into a godly light. Thousands of years ago, the first Super Saiyan God performed this ritual to defend their planet from being destroyed. And now, thousands of years later, the Saiyan who became a legend on Namek is going to do it again. Goku is
True.
lifted into the air, and Beerus watches as his body changes.
But I know I need her to get to the
1,000
triple
years ago, the
subscribers,
Super
the
Saiyan
triple
God
numbers,
was
baby.
born,
Try to get
and
100.
1,000 years later,
We had
lightning
nice whopping
strikes
54
again.
now.
Landing to face the god of destruction is Super Saiyan God Goku.
I hope I'm
and as
paying
their
attention
battle
to everybody.
begins, Beerus is getting
Oh, yeah, you on my
excited,
YouTube, so
as
I can hear
Beerus
you.
is
So you're
basically
talking,
training
that means
Goku how to get
that means
used
they
to his
can
new
talk to you.
godly powers
Something good.
while still having some fun. And as their fight reaches the stratosphere, this is the end. Goku and Beerus clash fists, and just the force of their punches alone will be enough to rip apart Universe 7. With Universe 7 being an entire universe, or more of a multiverse as it houses 7 different space-times within it. With each of these realms within inside the macrocosm being stated to be infinite in size, with the afterlife itself being stated to be a transcendental realm that is devoid of the concepts of space and time. And Goku and Beerus' fists are going to destroy all of it. As Goku is still learning his godly powers, he struggles with keeping his ki control to stop the universe from being obliterated. However, Beerus does it for him, as Beerus is able to nullify all of the
True.
energy and
Thank
keep
you,
the
sir.
universe intact. With their
Let me get
battle being
mine.
stated in the 2013 V-Jump issue
But yeah,
to
I'm
be
ready to start
super
Mortal Kombat
dimensional.
11
And as their battle
on walkthrough
concludes,
soon.
Goku is defeated.
Oh, Lord.
And Beerus was holding back.
I might put it on
Goku
hard
begins to
difficulty
train
too, so I
on
might be
Beerus'
raging my
world, getting
ass off,
stronger and
bro.
stronger, and unlocking brand new forms that we've never seen before. With Goku training with Beerus' teacher Whis, and Goku at this point having Super Saiyan God strength
I know
within his base form,
and then
he's
I know
able to
Chronicles
unlock
gonna
a
piss me
new
the
one,
fuck off.
Super Saiyan Blue. With Goku at this point
So I
still
might edit
not
that shit,
confident
me getting my
that he
ass
could
handed
defeat
to
the
me the whole
Destroyer.
fucking
Time
fight.
passes and Goku is able to master Super Saiyan Blue to the point where he can combine it with old techniques. With this technique being an absolute gem that he completely forgot about when he went Super Saiyan. With this technique allowing his power to double, triple.
No, it's time!
With Goku stating that he didn't want to use this until his rematch with the Destroyer. However, even with this Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, he would still lose. Because just like how Goku is progressing, Beerus is getting stronger as well. Nearing the Tournament of Power, the Omni Kings hold an exhibition match where all the Destroyers must fight against one another, with all of them targeting the God of
I would love
Destruction
to
of
all
the
that
Seventh
fighting on
Universe.
anime.
Beerus is
When
able
Beerus
to fight
whooped
against
their ass.
11 God of Destructions by himself, with it being revealed that Beerus is using a technique that he's still trying to master. However, in one of these universes, there's a mortal that not even a God of Destruction can defeat, Jiren the Grey, the pride of Universe 11, and a mortal so strong that Goku's trump card, the Universe 7 Spirit Bomb, gets glared away, with Goku falling into his own attack.
Goku! Are you finished? No, it's not.
Arising from the Spirit Bomb's crater is a mortal with the form that the Universe 7's God of Destruction still can't reach. Zensho Migato no Gokui, Omen Ultra Instinct. With Ultra Instinct Goku closing the gap in strength between him and Jiren and unlocking the form 2 more times. And as Jiren sends down the strongest attack in the entire tournament, and Goku watches as it falls, entering into the door of mastery, is Son Goku at his peak. Standing atop the stage is complete in all its majesty, making all of the gods stand up in admiration. This mortal is really something else. There's no denying it. Son Goku has achieved mastered Ultra Instinct, with MUI Goku being so strong that he can completely dismantle Jiren, and was even stated in a guide that at this point, Beerus concedes that Son Goku has surpassed him. After the Tournament of Power, new threats arise, as the legendary Super Saiyan Broly, who can shatter reality with Gogeta, was stated that he might be even stronger than Beerus. And in the World War, Goku is able to master Ultra Instinct to the point where he can access it in all of his forms.
Beerus is some shit.
Use it at will. But of course, it's not over for the God of Destruction, as Beerus has been training as well, and even said that he was going to deal with Moro himself, with Beerus being so strong that while even holding back can completely embarrass Evolution Blue Vegeta after the Moro arc, with this Vegeta easily being over mastered Ultra Instinct Goku from the tournament, as when Goku and Vegeta came back from their training, Goku in just his base form alone was so fast that Ultimate Gohan and Piccolo couldn't keep up with his movements, even though they were able to track Goku in the tournament. And from Goku's own mouth, Vegeta is stronger than his Omen 4 Ultra Instinct form, with Goku even saying that Moro was the strongest opponent that he's ever fought, with Beerus saying he's going to wrap this fight up, with Beerus also teaching Vegeta a technique that allowed him to surpass MUI Goku, with Beerus also being able to destroy gag characters like Arale with absolutely zero difficulty, which is absolutely insane, with the authors making it absolutely clear that they want the God of Destruction of Universe 7 on top. In the end, I guess we now know why everyone was afraid of this destroyer, as this fighter's strength transcends dimensions. Because even though Goku can create galaxies under his feet with his power, always remember, before creation comes destruction. What's up, guys? It's Divine. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload.
I was gonna get it.
We're about to hit 100,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for hitting that subscribe button and staying with me on this journey. And of course, a 100K video will be coming out super soon. It's gonna be a really good one. My take.
You know you like that shit with Frieza with the big head, man. Like I said. My eye burning so bad.
So it starts off with Iron Man watching his parents get sent to the afterlife, but now it's with the new information that it was all cause of the Winter Soldier. So Cap in his ear like, sure bro, it's just your parents. They don't even love you for real. And after that, Cap caught the meanest backhand of all time. Look at this WWE ass fall. That Super Serum not doing shit for him. How you still getting bodied like this? So after that, the Winter Soldier came out with the whole Call of Duty loadout, bro. Look at his weapon. My man's got 50 attachments and it was all for nothing, because Iron Man just blasts the gun away and catches his next punch. And that's all I needed to see to know if this was a one-on-one, the Winter Soldier would have absolutely gotten cooked. And in the next scene, they showed this man, and you don't even have to watch the movie to know he's an elite level instigator. Look at how he's fading into the shadows. His ass on some, my work here is finished. You don't even need to see the outcome anymore. He already done this hundreds of times. Like, we can't forget what he did earlier in this movie. Bombed the whole building, killing Black Panther's dad and blamed it on the Winter Soldier. Like, he's really spinning the block on this man, putting targets on his back any chance he gets. But yeah, he walks out knowing he's a first ballot Hall of Fame instigator. Iron Man moves his hand out the way and chokes him and starts to fly up.
He do sound like
this eye contact. You know bro behind the mask is foaming out the mouth. He lays him out on the floor, puts his foot on his arm, and bro, if Cap didn't hit him with this heavy ass wrist, the Winter Soldier would have been cooked. The fight would have lasted 30 seconds and his head would have been gone. After that, Cap pushes Iron Man back. That shit sent him nowhere for real. Iron Man spins the block and trucks him, causing Cap to get sent flying back. and Tony puts the cuffs on his legs to call ISO on the Winter Soldier yet again. And he really has his number because the Winter Soldier tried sneaking Iron Man with this uppercut, and Tony just eats that shit. Then he grabs him and pins him to the wall, again trying to blast his head off. And look at the Winter Soldier, bruh. He is really not trying to leave this earth today. He moves his hand out the way and crushes it. And you know Iron Man thought he was cold, whipping out a whole new weapon right in front of him. You can't see his face right now, but you know it looks something like this under that mask. But it didn't matter though, because the Winter Soldier moves that thing out the way too, making the missile fire at the wall, which will cause some problems later. We see Captain America breaking his cuffs so the cameraman can get a shot of him doing random hero shit with explosions in the background. He not doing anything for real. He looks up and sees that Iron Man is absolutely wailing on him, but the giant ass metal pillar comes in to save the Winter Soldier, getting that man Tony stuck. And now it's time for the second part of this scene. It starts off with Cap telling him to get his ass out of here, because that boy Tony is not playing. He's on the hunt. He tries sniping him and he barely misses, giving bro a haircut. Man said a little off the top. He dips out though and Captain America comes in. That weak ass entrance. Bucky dips out and sees the way out of this place. All he gotta do is one obby and he's gone. So he gets moving. Captain America just like, hey, Tony, stop right there. And Iron Man is just disrespectful because he just tries to fly right past him like homie isn't right there. He gets the leg part of his suit damaged and gets out of there, turning around and blocking them all. He got Bucky in his sights, sees this man is trying to escape, and he knows he's free food. He flies up, kicks him into the wall, and is getting ready to blast him. But here comes Cap's hero ass doing a whole backflip and saving him. And I'm sitting here wondering, how did he get past the wall Tony put in between them? Bro is just always right on time. I know this shit is annoying the hell out of Tony right now. He like, bro, let me finish my kill, please. I knocked this man down like 8 times. Had him right where I wanted him. You can't keep getting away with this shit. The shield reflects the attack and hits Tony back down, giving the Winter Soldier more time to get the fuck up out of there. And Brody wasted no time. Tony looks up to see that this man is 80% finished with the obby. Tries flying up again to catch up to him.
I don't know why it's doing that.
But here comes this man, Captain America, with some bullshit.
I don't know why it's glitching like that.
Ties the rope around his neck in midair and
glitching
pulls
like
him down.
forward and just went down and went away.
The greatest team player of all time. He's out here taking fall damage just for bro to escape. This man Tony is relentless though. He starts aiming at him with the missile. Cap sees that and he tries to throw his frisbee at him. He blasts the shield away and fires the rocket to keep him trapped. And I know homie is mad right now because he was right there. He tasted freedom. But now this shit is locked. The missile closed the hatch and now he's stuck with this fiend. All of Cap's efforts to get him out of there was lost. Now we got a box. He falls down and picks up a metal pipe. He bonks Tony with it and Tony tries getting back with a wild backhand. Tony takes the weapon out of his hand, chokes him, and starts loading up his finisher. He takes him and starts descending down. And guess who comes in and stops him for the 20th time? Captain America. Look at this man, bro. Canceled his whole animation.
Yo, he playing the fucking Incredibles.
Has him laying up there while they both fall down.
Thank you, Codename Super. Now it's Blink Boy's time. So then both Tony and Steve stand up from that and get to staring at each other before they start talking shit to one another. Tony, relax. He already said he was sorry. I don't care. He fucked my bitch. So then jumps off the top ropes and tries to hit Cap with a right, which he dodges, and then hits Tony with one of his own. Oh, you must have thought it was sweet out here, rich boy. Steve been getting out the mud in these Brooklyn trenches since the 1920s. Tony comes in with the left and then gets hit with the left, to which this is when Cap grabs onto him and starts trying to choke him. First Ultron, now Iron Man. Who's gonna tell this nigga that you can't fucking choke out metal? That super soldier serum made everything stronger except bro's brain cells. Iron Man uses his repulsors to get Captain America off of him. Got my son Steve hitting a nene on the ground. Then goes to deck his shit but chucks up an airball. And while all of this is happening, Bucky has been camping up top watching it all go down. So he does what any sensible person would do in this situation and gets to jumping, using Cap's shield to hit him in the back paws, blocks the repulsor blast. This is the part where Iron Man starts really getting beat up because he's mad about his parents being murdered. They start bullying this man, and I guess it makes sense because most of the times bullying be completely senseless. Why the fuck are you mad that I'm ugly? Iron Man blasts Cap in the chest. They begin to start trading punches like Pokemon cards yards, and to be honest, I didn't know Tony had hands like this until Tony's blast gets deflected all the way up. Not gonna lie, I'm Team Captain America, but rewatching this, I feel bad for Tony. Imagine watching your parents get murdered in 4K high definition and then getting the snot beat out of you. Like, damn, my nigga, pick a struggle. Bucky punches him in the chest, sending Iron Man moonwalking backwards and starts trying to rip his arc reactor right out of his chest. I'm thinking to myself, no way Tony dies right here. This can't be. I know his parents looking up right now, spectating this fight, disappointed as hell. You supposed to get back for us, gang. Until Iron Man blasts Bucky's arm clean off. Bro was in utter disbelief, had to look at his arm to make sure this is true. Yeah, bro, you ain't Stevie Wonder. What you seeing is correct. He done turned you into Sasuke Uchiha until he hits him with the Mortal Kombat finisher. Get your bitch ass up out of here. Gets up and sprints at Tony, and this right here, this scene is beautiful, man. Straight out the comic book. The MCU just don't move like this anymore, man. They done replaced half their staff with gerbils. That's the only reason you can explain this Nick Jr. ass CGI they got nowadays. So the cameraman pans away to show Black Panther stopping Baron Zemo from sending himself to a Michael Jackson concert. You ain't got a ticket, lil bro, come here. The cameraman has seen enough and decides to pan back, and Lord have mercy. Steve got this man Tony in an unlimited combo. Straight full court pressing, just delivering haymaker after haymaker. You would have thought Iron Man did something to him. Tony is so baffled by the ass whooping he's catching, he starts asking Friday for some hacks so he could stop getting dead like a Bikini Bottom resident. And now, it's time. Let's cook this nigga. Blast the shield away and then blocks the right. Spin move into a gut check, sending him 15 yards away. I know Steve's sick to his stomach right now. When did bro become Bruce Lee? Iron Man hits him in the ribcage into an elbow to the chin. And look at this man Tony's face. He's not playing any games. Chin check into a blast to the gut. Got Cap on all fours hitting the all hail the king. But this is when they start talking shit to each other again. Why'd you do this, Steve? Bucky know where the big booty bitches be at. So did I. How do you can right into a left and then toss bro to the side like the ugly best friend? And this is when they start grilling each other again. Where you got that Supreme hat from, lil bro? I'm gatekeeping, pussy. Tony wasn't with all the selfishness, so he goes to GG Captain America. But here comes Bucky, who gets his head punted away like a soccer ball. But that was all the distraction Cap needed to pick Tony up like a toddler and chuck him to the ground. Got his arms hitting 90 degrees on the ground. This that Batman now talk pose. Steve decides it ends here, getting in cowgirl, and just gets to pounding the hell out of Iron Man's face, using his shield as a can opener, until he succeeds. And look at the fear in Tony's eyes, man. It's really crazy that he got did like this. He's the one whose parents got killed. You're a victim. Captain America puts the shield in his chest instead of cutting his head off, sparing his life. Gets up, walks over, picks up Bucky, and they start getting ready to leave. But Iron Man, of course, gotta get the last word in real quick. Put that shield down. My dad would have never wanted a pussy like you to have it. Drops the shield, walks away, leaving Tony Stark there alone.
Yo, his edits are fire too. He gets up for that. I ain't gonna lie, he got it, man. He got it, dog. Like, that motherfucking shit good. Wait, he subscribed to who? Codename Super and who? Blank Boy. They all gotta be friends or something. That's kind of cool.
Y'all know how it starts with Thanos. He always opens up with some weak-ass quote. You know, the hardest choices require the strongest wills. Iron Man wasn't trying to hear Thanos in his weak-ass IG caption, so he hits his ass with some miscellaneous item. I'm still questioning to this day where he got that shit from. But to no one's surprise, that shit does nothing to him. We all know main villains don't go out like that. So they come up with the most reasonable plan for dealing with Thanos. They blind him and start jumping his ass.
Oh, they all
and honestly, it was working for about 20 seconds before bro was like, alright, get your weak ass off. This man one-shot Strax. Then catches the sword while blinded. Had that boy Doctor Strange shaking. He takes the web off and oh my goodness, look at this. I know Doctor Strange's life was flashing before his eyes, but thankfully he blocks it, because if he didn't, he would have been seeing the pearly gates. But here go Marvel with their foreshadowing. They got Chris Pratt jumping on platforms like he Mario. Yeah, that shit not a coincidence. He tags him with the C4 and dips out, and I'm sitting here thinking it won't do much. They already threw a building-sized object on him and started formally jumping this man, and bro was still standing. But no, out of all things, the C4 had this man on all fours for the first time. And this is where they started getting even more creative. He starts getting pressed by a cape, and look how fast this man Spider-Man was on that. He just started struggling. So for a good second, this man Thanos was free eats, and he took advantage, wasted no time getting his hits in. But again, Thanos turns it around.
Tom Holland, man, what the fuck? Man, I don't want to talk yo.
Slams this man to the floor, and you know he's shitting himself right now.
Help me! Help me!
So Thanos picks up Spider-Man and throws his ass into Strange. And the second he ripped off that cape, he became a 5-star chef. Iron Man started shooting missiles at this man, and he absorbs it all and throws it back at him. But oh my goodness, this man Spider-Man should have never pulled up. He tried to take the gauntlet and then... that gotta be the hardest he ever hit somebody. Oh my lord. But nah, they was really throwing anything at this man. She really brought a whole ship. But yeah, it doesn't work. And then they started boxing. The Smurf was going crazy. Spun the sword behind him and everything. She thought it was cold too. She started talking. But Thanos didn't want to hear any of that, so he backhands the Goofy out of her. But nah, peep the form. I have never seen somebody start from down to up like that. It's usually from the side. But they were finally starting to restrain Thanos.
But the one that played Nebula is so sexy.
This man
the blue girl
sells. I was really mad because they really caught Thanos. The glove was coming off. But no, he decides to repeatedly hit him and sell the whole squad. Thanos regains consciousness and he sees Spider-Man trying to take his glove and he's like, get your weak ass out of here. Yeets Shorty off his back. Oh my goodness. Kicks this man away. Yeets Strange. I'm just watching everything crumble. This is crazy. So after backhanding Iron Man, he spins the block and he just headbutts him. I'm just like, oh no. This man unstoppable at this point. I just don't even want to watch.
Alright bro, do you ever stop talking? Damn, it's my turn. So Thanos decides he's tired of the back and forth and decides to pull a fucking moon out the sky and hit bro with it. Listen, I know they're superheroes and shit, but right then and there I would have been questioning like, you know what, maybe we just let Thanos get this one time. Got me thinking like, you know what, I don't even fuck with half these niggas anyways. Iron Man tried to stop him, but his ass got plastered on a piece of moon looking like a Gotham City resident out there. Now talk, face ass. The meteors then continue to rain down, but Spider-Man out here swinging, dodging everything, saving everybody who just sold. He better than me for real. We really had it in the bag and y'all fucked it up somehow. Now I may never get to clap Zendaya. I should really let everybody take fall damage and die right now. Up until this point, the entire Avengers been getting folded like a lawn chair, so Doctor Strange decides to step up and run his ones versus Thanos. Because he knows if we, the Avengers, let Red Section win the X-Men, Justice League, Fantastic Four, they gonna all think we sweet out here. We cannot have that happening. The media gonna ask them about us and Batman gonna be out there talking shit. Man, we not worried about no other superhero groups, especially not the Avengers. We saw they ass get folded by a large Smurf. Doctor Strange made sure to throw up his set so that Thanos knew it was really real out here. Whoop, do you stop playing with him? Doctor Strange hits him with some sort of elemental attack. Thanos Mario jumps over it and then hits him with some purple blast. To which Doctor Strange counters with some sort of dimension field. I don't even know what's going on right now. They on some other universal shit. But Thanos decides to charge up a Kamehameha and I'm thinking, oh yeah, it's gotta be raps. Because I know once you give Goku his 36 minutes to charge up that attack, it never fails. But Strange turns that shit into butterflies, and of all things, that's what scares Thanos? Butterflies? So Doctor Strange pulls another move out his bag and tries to confuse Thanos by making hundreds of himself. He way better than me for real. If I had this ability, I would be using it for nefarious acts. Would have been averaging at least 20 baby mamas a day, straight Nick Cannon numbers. And then all 100 of them started whipping this man Thanos, no slavery. But in the end, all that bullshit didn't work because Thanos knocked the soul back into this man. Said, come here, and dragged Doctor Strange like he is Pops. Now this is where the utmost disrespect happens. He done snatched that man's chain off him. Beating a motherfucking ass and then stealing his swag is not crazy? Then threw bro away like a side character, and this is when Iron Man steps in to save Doctor Strange. Fires missiles at Thanos, but he eats those shit. Straight barbecue chicken, licking his fingers. Iron Man gave bro no time to recover though, hit him with a 2-piece combo with a biscuit. Popeye's biscuit might have been the only thing that could have stopped Thanos. Them hoes be dry as hell, would have had that man looking like the 100-year-old monk afterwards. Tony put together a nice combo, I cannot lie. I know he was at the crib before the fight practicing these moves. Oh yeah, this finna get him for sure. That first day of school fit laid out type timing. All for Thanos to rip bro's mask off, which is a straight violation. Look at Tony's face. He knew his cut was not sanctioned right now. It's alright, bro. We know it happens to the best of us. Then lays bro out with one punch, had that man Mr. Stark eating straight dirt. Got that man looking like he going on an adventure to restore his honor.
That shit hurt.
Thanos then uses the same purple energy attack. His ass got no bag. He Kareem with the skyhook, spamming it over and over. Iron Man had enough of the bullshit though. Stomps on Thanos' hand, got that man trapped, no Bill Cosby, and then hits him with a clean left hook. But then that's when Thanos drops one of the most iconic lines in MCU history.
All that for a drop of blood.
Now Iron Man on the ground and Thanos about to go ham, no sandwich. Just look at his face, bro.
I kick him in the
Deadpool
dick.
was the one that took your bitch, not Tony. Go get back at him. Thanos then just starts going crazy on Iron Man, trying to send his ass into retirement like he did to the unincredible Hulk. Picks him up and then blasts him away. At this point, bro basically fighting without a suit. Tony might as well have just got butt-ass naked. Thanos would have had to stop. How you gonna beat up a motherfucker with his dick out? Look at the height difference, bro. Iron Man fighting up 8 weight classes. That's real motherfucking hard right there. Which is why after Thanos shish kebabs him, he puts his hand on his head and says, "You put up a nice fight, little bro. But it wasn't enough. You had a good career, but not a great one."
Play War Thunder now. Join millions of players across the globe in massive battles on tanks, aircraft, and helicopters.
Whenever they, man, I never knew.
Vehicle combat game.
And as he's narrowing in, it looks like he's just on the brink of catching them.
Yes, sir. That's my son. He's adopted.
But you know how it is. The writers stay doing Squidward dirty.
Cheer up, Squid. It could be worse.
Yeah, you could be bald and have a big nose.
The Avengers seen what type of demon timing these people are on and how dangerous they are. But they can't help themselves and still let them go up in their ship and dip out. Y'all was saying how you wanted a part 2 and the first part hit number 24 on YouTube trending, so say less. So Proxima Midnight and Cull Obsidian pull up to the King's doorstep, trapped outside by a force field. Wakanda hasn't progressed past segregation yet. I'll never forget how Killmonger was like, "Hey, y'all know you can share these resources to help other black people, right? Banish this nigga." They acted like bro said the most diabolical thing. Black Widow clocks that one of them is missing and realizes that they rolled Corvus Glaive into a pack. "Surrender now, Wakanda forever, and we, Wakanda forever, will let you live, Wakanda forever." No, nigga! It looks like Cull Obsidian got himself a prosthetic hand. Me personally, I think it would have been cold if he came here with one arm and was still cooking up, straight Hansel Emmanuel type timing. Proxima signals to let out all of the Outriders, and they're completely rabid. Niggas be like, "Oh, don't worry, he don't bite." The Wakandans realize they have no choice.
Cousins.
It's Mike Vick season. They start blasting them.
My
Bucky's
cousins.
gun got more creative class body part attachments than Kim K. But I take a look in the background, and I really wish I didn't, because this is still pissing me off. Bruce is really the strongest one out here, but want to be shooting from inside Tony's armor. How you on the squad, but you don't want to be in danger? Then you should have became a fucking accountant instead. The old Hulk would have seen these dogs and thought dinner. Falcon comes through spraying, weave, and whips out 3 of his little drones again, firing them off. And I bet he was making that dumbass face, swearing he saved the day, but it didn't work. They all ate it and just kept running forward. Falcon really loves the idea of going out there and showing off how unqualified he is.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
This nigga's a diversity hire. Dropping mad bombs at the entrance, straight up nuking the Outriders as they're coming in. But that won't work either. All the Outriders got the hard skin of Kevin Durant. They're still coming and start surrounding the entire barrier. So he tells Shuri to open up the barrier to stop them from sneaking up from behind. No diddy. Black Panther makes the call and everyone starts running in ready for war. Cap, Nat, Bruce, and Bucky right there with them. They've been in Wakanda for so long, I know they all cultured up. Went back to S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters after this and asked the chef for some jollof rice. This scene is so dope, how everyone's running and out the pack you just see Cap and T'Challa separating themselves from everyone else. They smoking everybody, looking at each other laughing like, yeah, these steroids go crazy. Hit a 70-yard long jump and just got straight to boxing, comboing anything they can get their hands or paws on.
True.
And listen, there's way too many CPU characters out there
But you
getting
don't
gnawed
discriminate,
on
that's
like
what I
a toy
like.
for me to commentate at all. So we just focusing on the Avengers. That's all the MCU does anyways. They be treating the Fantastic Four and X-Men like side chicks. Captain America got one pin down and knocks his ass right out. And mid-fight, Black Panther gets a call from his sister Shuri. "Brother, Vision's forehead big as hell. I'm gonna need some time. I need 20 minutes. "You got 5 minutes, bitch." Bruce is in the Hulkbuster armor and is still fighting like he's the Hulk. I don't even know, man. It makes no sense. We are not out here calling lob plays for Isaiah Thomas. Use the armor to his best abilities. Bucky is spraying, but he gets his gun pushed away and ends up getting smacked to the ground with his whole arm stuck in the Outrider's mouth. I know Lil Bro took a bite and tasted straight zirconium, was probably so disappointed.
Death.
The fuck is that? Shit!
But Bucky stabs him, and Cap and T'Challa continue to show why there's levels to the superhero stuff. But they are getting swarmed. I don't know, like, where's Ant-Man when you need him to just come out here and step on everybody like they're a bug? I'm pretty sure he's still recovering from the Civil War battle.
I need help! You've been hurt for like a goddamn year! See a doctor!
War Machine is up there spraying unlimited bullets, straight booming them. But the thing is,
I think
we already
so.
said on the scouting report, they're immune to explosives.
Read, nigga, read!
He gets clocked out of midair and eats a face full of dirt, and it's the ops rolling up again. It's crazy. This isn't even a horror movie, but they still said let's get rid of the black people first. Tackles T'Challa next, got him hitting the handsome Squidward on the ground while his homie joins and they toss him away. The way they acting, the Black Order must never be feeding the Outriders. Poor creatures be reaching out their hands for food and receiving a dap up. Because this type of hunger on display is insatiable. They threw him to the ground and said, oh yeah, give me an arm, those teeth. And it only keeps getting worse, like every passing season of Grey's Anatomy. Actors looking like one of those before and after soldiers in World War II. Because they start going for Bruce next, taking all the armor off of him to make a new toaster. Remember in part 1 we talked about how these two are the presidents of Sneak Nation and know the ancient art of fight back, nigga? Well, they clearly taught it to their pets, which is crazy. Whatever happened to just sit and roll over, bruh? Bruce is fighting for his life and it's really starting to look grim. The Black Order got the Avengers looking like the Forgivers. This is terrible work. But out of nowhere, a light so bright even Stevie Wonder would wince at it starts beaming down, melting all of the Outriders. I remember I was sitting next to one of my homies in the theater and he was like, oh, this must be the Hawkeye entrance.
You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up.
We see Stormbreaker going through and is just cleaning house, saving all the important characters and Bruce Banner. A new haircut, a new fit, and a new weapon. My boy Thor pulled up looking fresh as hell. With his squirrel and pencil homies, he moving like a Drake feature, getting ready to save the day. Got his teammates cheesing. They all know there's no way they could fumble this W now. Bruce been a bench player the whole movie and now he out here talking like an all-star to the ops.
Nigga, I think, nigga, it could go down in this motherfucker. That's what I think.
The Avengers start debriefing him that it's Proxima Midnight and Cull Obsidian out here causing havoc, but he said, we do not care. Man, bring me Thanos, and starts charging in. Saw Thanos sent his sidekicks instead of coming himself and said, alright, it became personal with me. I'm finna turn your Robins into Red Hood. Running in, jumping up in the air with a 70-inch vert and a lightning strike smashing the ground. Turning a bunch of Outriders into fried chicken. Now that there's free eats all around the battlefield, T'Challa, you for sure gonna bless up the homeless black population with some food now, right?
No. No, I don't think I will.
Quick intermission. Y'all know I never tell you to sub, but I am asking for your support on my second gaming channel. It's just as enjoyable as these videos. Instead of commentating movie scenes, though, I'm just commentating video games while playing it. It's already been shown so much love, and this is just an announcement on my community tab. I uploaded the Lizard boss fight alongside this video, so it's up right now. Go support. Thank you. Back to the video. Cull Obsidian is murking the CPUs, trying to get his kill streak up to call in a UAV to find Vision. And T'Challa has seen enough.
Get away with this!
Booming his ass right to the ground. Rocket pulled up with Thor looking like a Fortnite back bling and it got him feeling himself. That boy is out here spraying until Bucky peeped mad Outriders coming at him. Knowing Rocket is 2'6" on a good day, he decides to pick him up off the ground like a little boy in order to prevent him from becoming a Burger King menu. All this shit for $2? They're for sure selling lemur meat.
Damn.
And he starts hitting the helicopter with Rocket, blasting all the Outriders to death. But we know what type of timing raccoons be on. Straight burglars. So he started pressing Bucky for his arm and gun. Bucky says no, but Rocket talking about how he finna take it anyways. Lil bro talking like Rick Ross. Meanwhile, Thor is straight cooking, hitting a 180 no look into a slash right to the chin. Hold that. But right next to him, Steve is gassed. That boy in the heat of battle, huffing and puffing crazy. When Thor last saw him, this man was in tip-top shape. On your left, head ass. Hey, Captain, I could see the Gatorade symbol over your head, you fat ass nigga. I can't even blame Thor for getting that bro like that. I get it. Whenever I see Ned Leeds on screen, that should be having me ready to do push-ups right there. That boy Groot made a shish kebab. Oh yeah, that's my nigga Branch. Groot showing out in front of the Avengers, trying to secure himself a max contract. Got these boys' legs dangling in the air. But listen, my thing is, Wanda is the strongest person out here.
Wanda
Well,
is
it's
so
between
sexy.
her and Thor. So why is she camping up top? I really hate when people don't use their God-given gifts. Why are you a 7'3" mechanic?
Elizabeth
Whoever
Olsen.
drew up this game plan needs to be
But I
fired.
didn't
Because Wanda
believe
peeks out
that
the window
she
and
was
sees the goddamn
related to
forest
Olsen
and
twins.
underneath the ground bulging
I never
like
knew
a
that till like
heartbeat.
4
She started
years ago.
thinking to herself, damn, Wakanda
she's
got some
sexy.
interesting grass.
Hold that thought.
Until giant gears pop out and start slashing through the whole army. I don't know what Black Panther looking at us for. Unfortunately, bro about to feast on some immigrants. A mean 5 cents for all of y'all to fix this 2 million square foot lawn. The gears continue to cut down the whole Wakandan army, and that's when Wanda's like, dang, I should probably pull up. While she's watching millions of her teammates being murdered out there, deciding if they really need her for real, the others step up. Rhodey and Falcon working together, shooting up the inside of the gears, blowing it up. Thing is, despite their inability to swim, the two of them have the ability to fly, which not other Avengers have. Because Black Widow is down here and so is Okoye, fighting for their lives, and they see the giant gears coming over to turn them into ground beef. KD finna glue the remnants of them to his head. But Wanda comes through last minute to lift them all up into the sky and checks behind her to see a horde of Outriders coming through to feast. And goddamn, their teeth look crazy. Didn't Wiz Khalifa make a song about them hoes? Hitting a no-look behind the back to clear out all of them. And of course, she had to hit the superhero look back. But remember when Proxima Midnight told them that Corvus Glaive died?
Psych alive!
Cause she put the word in and bro is most certainly alive still. They was waiting for Wanda to leave so they could catch Vision lacking.
Yeah.
Man, they keep topping themselves. Forget Sneak Nation presidents, they're the Sneak Nation gods. I want y'all to peep poor Shuri's face. She didn't sign up for all of this. Look at this man. I don't know what's scarier, knowing he's homies with Thanos or his teeth. Niggas be like, how you know I ain't brushed my teeth, bro? Shuri was so shook that she ups the blicky and started blasting him, which he of course blocks. But Shuri's guardian, bald bitch number 72, gets back up and goes in, getting kicked. Shuri literally doesn't get touched and goes flying off, softly rolling down and is apparently knocked out. Her ass is fine. She took a dive because she didn't want to fight back, bro. Give her Oscar because he buys
Vision
it
was
and
so
just
ass
goes
in this
looking
movie.
around for
Who was
Vision,
good?
who manages
Vision
to
was
sneak him
ass.
and sends the both of them tumbling outside the building. And I really don't understand. This man lifted Mjolnir, was the biggest equal to Ultron. Why does he need to be babysat so much? Because Falcon calls it out and gets tackled to the ground, stopping him from getting over there, which is probably for the better. Thing is, the Avengers should be able to trust him in a 1v1 like Duke Dennis with a woman anyways. But instead, they gotta be moving like this with him.
Hey, bring a friend for my homeboy. He's cute.
What?
I'm Millie, a content
he was
creator,
cute?
coach, and business
The
owner.
fuck?
If I had to start my business from zero, I would have
Got no real faith in bro, cause now Cap calls it out to everyone and it's Bruce who's flying in to the rescue. Falcon and or Bruce? There's like 14 superheroes out here. How the fuck are these the only two options? To be fair, Wanda was getting ready to go too, but she gets snuck by Proxima Midnight, getting knocked down. She's staring over her, licking her lips, and turns her around. You gonna die. Proxima Midnight is ready to call game. Wanda's brother Quicksilver already in hell telling them to make room, she'll be here soon. But Black Widow and Okoye are both here to jump Proxima Midnight. And listen, I promised myself I would not make any ball jokes about her for this video. So Okoye's bald ass watches Black Widow block, leave, and then block again.
He said he ain't making no joke about bald ass.
Behind
He just
Proxima
did
Midnight
that.
fighting
He said
Black
her
Widow.
bald ass.
Has the sneak right there in her hands,
Get outta
but instead
here.
runs around and starts fighting her from the front alongside Black Widow. She really had $10 million right in front of her, but instead took a dinner with Jay-Z's ugly ass. We see Vision and he's just getting little broed. They bopping bro around like an Instagram thought. But why is he still so weak? Did they not heal him on that table? We literally saw earlier Wanda could close the hole, or was that just the equivalent of putting a band-aid on a broken leg? But Bruce Banner pulls up to save the day, and Vision looks sick at the sight of him, literally holding his stomach like he gotta take a shit. Like, come on, Thor, Wanda, shit, I would've even taken Rocket. God, why did you do this to me? Cull Obsidian hooks Bruce's arm, and Bruce sends both of them flying through the forest onto a rock. This is a $10 billion suit and Bruce just tossing it around like a soda can. Type of friend you cannot let him borrow your car cause he gonna come back with straight tires. Cull Obsidian grabs Bruce and knees him, stops his repulsor blast and does a flip over bro's back, ripping his arm off. But there's something about losing limbs that gives people heightened attributes. Sasuke, Optimus Prime, and now Bruce as he charges in and jumps over, hitting him with a Chris Brown backhand. Cull Obsidian finna start talking about how he sees something in him. He gonna change one day. Bruce uppercuts him, but gets his next hit blocked and gets rocked dumb hard into the water. Cull Obsidian decides this is where Bruce's story ends, the book that nobody read. But Bruce had a different idea. Bruce used a hand that was cut off and presses it to send Cull Obsidian flying into the sky. But remember how Wakanda has a shield wall, right? Yeah, well, that shield is a dome, so Cull Obsidian goes dragging across it, literally getting fried until he eventually just explodes. Now that's one of the Black Order members down, but there's still 3 more to go, and she gets 3 of her attacks blocked as one of the gears passes right over their head, giving 2 of them haircuts and Okoye just a nice breeze of wind. Proxima Midnight with the Ellen cut now kicks Black Widow right in the chest, gets her attack blocked but tosses Okoye away like the side character she is. Proxima is just a different breed, bro. What was it LeBron's dumbass said? She's Hermithy. Black Widow gets her police brutality sticks and weaves out the way of the slash, blocking her sword out her hand. And you would think having no weapon bettered Black Widow's chances, but she's Hermithy, managing to knock Natasha to the ground and go for a stab but gets blocked the last minute. Wanda got smacked once and been in the background napping this whole time. So she finally wakes up, drool on her face and all that, throwing Proxima Midnight into an incoming gear, turning her into minced meat. So that's Squidward taken care of, the Sea Bear got his ass, Cull Obsidian, and now Proxima Midnight. So that only leaves Corvus Glaive, who's bullying Vision, still stabbing him and tells him right to his face,
"Get a recognized game and you looking kinda unfamiliar right now."
Told that man he doesn't belong in this league. Vision is cooked. He got re-stabbed in the same spot that's had him on a Hawkeye power level the entire movie. But luckily, Captain America comes through and tackles Corvus Glaive, hitting Corvus with 2 rights and shoos Vision away like an unwanted pet. Thing is though, how the heck did he run all this way before any one of the flying dudes could get over here? Cap's doing his best, swinging, being able to weave and eventually smack his staff away. But all that did was give Corvus Glaive the ability to feel Steve dying with his green scaly hands for real. Blocking him, choking him, and throwing bro to the ground. Pulling up and starts choking the life out of him. All hope is looking lost for Steve. He's already accepting the fact that he's going to be hitting the 2-step with Peggy real soon. But out of nowhere, Vision actually steps up and does something for once, stabbing Corvus Glaive right through the chest with his own weapon. That boy needed to turn his mic volume up. So that's Proxima Midnight, Squidward, Cull Obsidian, and now Corvus Glaive moonwalking with Michael Jackson. And just when the Avengers thought they were done washing their ops,
here we go.
Thanos is here, ready to get the Mind Stone himself since his subordinates pulled up and failed. The Avengers see him, and with no planning or anything, just decide to run in there one by one to be embarrassed. Bruce goes in for a punch, and he ends up plastered in the mountain behind them. Captain America sees that, and is like, maybe if I do the same shit, it'll work. Literally just getting thrown to the side like it was nothing. He got up and was ready to hit the...
Shut your ass up.
Black Widow jumps in and Thanos grabs him, violating with a right hook. Had the king's legs dangling in midair in his own kingdom, those re-election chances gonna be looking grim. Falcon comes in and he just gets his wings clipped mad fast. Wanda's seeing all this and comes to terms with the facts that yeah, Vision gotta go. Imagine having to kill the love of your life to save the world. That's such a tragic position to be in. I know some of y'all wouldn't be strong enough to do it. Rodwave gonna be protecting his burger like SpongeBob in that one episode. She starts beaming Vision right in the forehead as the Avengers continue to try to stall for her. War Machine is spraying at Thanos and literally just gets crushed like a soda can, tossed to the side like this is a recycling bin. So far, no one has sniffed a successful attack on this man. And that doesn't change as Bucky is shooting and literally just gets knocked out. Thanos didn't even need to do all that to stop him. Just say a random assortment of words to trigger his brainwashing shit. Pineapple 6'5's T Grizzly Salmon and watch him tweak out. Okoye throws her staff and just gets knocked away as Black Widow gets trapped by tree roots. Groot peeps that Thanos is using his own cousins against his friends and wasn't having it. Tries to fight back, but Thanos just bursts out of it. Time is running out. Thanos been walking in slow motion just to give y'all niggas a chance, but it's still not looking good. Wanda looking back like, oh nah, he's this close? Starts putting 2 hands on the steering wheel to destroy the stone faster. Steve Rogers gets up and starts hitting these to try to distract him, but it's all in vain. He's not fucking with it. So Captain America decides to just slide in, knee shot, chest punch, and an uppercut, stopping Thanos from petting him. Thanos is putting in a solid like 0.5% effort into pushing his hand down, but Cap is doing a good job of stopping him. Thanos looks at him like, you kinda strong, little bro. Good shit. Now take your ass to sleep. The entirety of these Avengers are knocked out, and the ones on Titan are slumped too. It's all up to Wanda, who's trying to stop him from coming to grab the stone while destroying the stone with the other hand until it happens. The stone gets destroyed. But Thanos can't believe they really thought they did something with destroying the Mind Stone. Dog, I snatched Doctor Strange's chain like 5 hours ago, using the Time Stone to bring Vision back from the Tupac concert so that he could get the Mind Stone for himself and complete the set. Wanda sees this happening and instead of using her magic, decides to just run in there, getting backhanded, knocking her out mad quick. He walks up to Vision, who doesn't even attempt to fight back, and gets the Mind Stone ripped out from his head in the most vile way. But at this point in the MCU, there's like 97 members to the Avengers, and Thanos forgot to account for all of them, as Thor beams him with some lightning from Stormbreaker. I don't know what took bro so long. Nobody gave the call out that Thanos is indeed here. Thanos, with the power of every single Infinity Stone, shoots at Thor, but Stormbreaker cuts through it like butter, striking him between the titties. But there's no secret how this ends. We all saw the movie. You should have gone for the head, as Thanos just dips out.
What's he do on this video game? Does he like talk like that?
Kick off the season and save $85 when you bundle NFL Sunday Ticket with YouTube TV.
I'll go check it out.
Oh, just a regular walkthrough, okay.
So Loki pulls up to the party spawning in a fit and it got everybody running. Dang, I didn't think it was that bad. The police are coming after Loki, but he got them reevaluating their life's decisions becoming cops. These boys is upside down and they gotta go back home to their wives asking them why is Domino's texting
right
kissy faces. Loki starts telling everybody to kneel before him, but nobody's listening. I've never seen a god with less street cred than him. He be saying all his credentials just to be disregarded and dropped off anyways. He gets frustrated and screams dumb loud to get them to finally listen to him and kneel down. I guess my boy is having a power trip because he's around mere mortals, because back on Asgard he's a walking KD booster. I am Loki, god of deception, trickery, and mischief, son of Odin, part frost giant, prince of Asgard. Boy, I know your ass out of breath. Loki thought changing into his party city fit would have struck fear in all the hearts of the attendees, but Unk is standing on business. So Loki, being the reasonable man he is, decides the only appropriate response is to kill this man, but Captain America comes out of nowhere to save the day. And I want y'all to really hear me out, because Captain America is one of my favorite superheroes of all time, right? So it really hurts my heart to see him in this horrendous suit. Captain America 1 suit, tough. Age of Ultron suit, hard. Winter Soldier, fire. And my personal favorite, the Civil War suit, perfection. So how'd they miss so bad in this movie? This looked like the parody suit the soldiers had him wear in the first Avengers so they could clown him. Nick Fury set him up. Captain America just came out the ice. He handed it to him on some, yeah bro, this what's hip nowadays, trust. I can't let you hurt my friend Gerald, Loki. We used to beat up black people together back in the good old days. The Soldier, a man out of his time. Do you even know the exclusive album? Yeah, I do. Chris Purple snapped. This is when Black Widow pulls up, and luckily she didn't bring her big bag of 2 attacks, karate and pistols. Bitch saw Thanos pulling up with the Infinity Stones and thought Taekwondo might be the answer. She pulled up with that chopper instead. Loki tries to catch her off guard, but he misses. And now due to an attack chopper, a god, and Captain America, this whole function has been ruined. The party promoter came outside looking like, who the fuck let all these niggas in my fucking party? Captain America hits Loki with the shield and then a right. Loki starts looking at him like he just dirtied his G-Phasals, getting blocked, hitting the shield away, and then knocking Captain America to the floor. Steve knows that Black Widow's up there looking, so he starts acting mad different, hitting them with a light-skinned stare. This the same man that was hitting on his dead girlfriend's niece. He has no shame. Throws his shield, but he loses it as he gets knocked away. Misses the right, weave again, gut punch, but gets smacked away. This right here is a prime example of how without that OP-ass shield, the super soldier would have been a super fry cook instead. Loki walks up to Cap and puts his staff right to his dome, but he does the villain cliche right before they're about to cross the finish line, deciding now is the time everyone needs to know their whole life story. But Cap ain't trying to hear this monologue. Black Widow's unable to get a shot on Loki because they down there moving way too much as Loki throws his ass to the floor again. And this is when we get one of the best entrances in MCU history. Natasha, you miss me? Iron Man comes through blasting Loki and hits his superhero landing. But I can't lie, I kind of feel bad because when Iron Man blasted him, bro fell right onto his back. Peter knows exactly how that feels. This would have been my last day as Spider-Man, I swear to God. Iron Man ups it on Loki, forcing him to make his drip disappear and surrender. It's over. This man Loki could make anything appear in thin air except for a W. He is trash. You know I had it right. Yeah, I could tell from all the dirt on his suit. So the Avengers put the cuffs on Loki and they sent him to prison on S.H.I.E.L.D.'s helicarrier, where of course he manages to escape in the most Looney Tunes way possible. Loki said, I'm leaving here with some, stabbing Agent Coulson in the chest, making sure he never secures 30 seconds of screen time again. So at this point, the Avengers are all demotivated and depressed. So in order to get them to work together, Nick Fury whips out a deck of cards and tells them that this was in Agent Coulson's jacket when Loki murdered him. But bro was capping. Those cards were in Agent Coulson's locker. He took them out, put Kool-Aid powder on it, and got to gaslighting like, hey.
Guess he never did get you to sign them.
I really lost a lot of weight, yo.
Google AI helps you find your best customers by optimizing your campaigns in real time.
So the Avengers suit up and go out into New York City to conduct as much property damage as possible in the name of saving people. But while they were having a pity party, Loki managed to open up a portal letting his whole Chitauri army through, and then goes to camp out at Stark Tower, and it's his brother Thor who finds him first. The dynamic of these two is so toxic. Their relationship gets explained a lot more in Thor 2, so all of the 7 people who saw that film, y'all know. Loki, you're acting like a badass little kid. You're 40. On Asgard, I'm about to fade you up, brother. And I cooked Captain America for his look, so I have to do the same to you, Thor. The glow up was crazy. A beard and a haircut is really like makeup for men. Loki jumps at Thor, blocking Mjolnir, and Thor goes for a duck, but who was Loki swinging on here? Yao Ming? Thor then deflects Loki's blast, their weapons collide, knocking the R and K off Stark Tower. Listen, I'm from New York City. I've survived master splinters around every corner, being a Knicks fan, and crackheads, so the possibility of dying to falling R. Kelly initials is sick work. Loki weaves and smashes his head into the glass, while Clint and Natasha are up top watching the fight, just like, damn, Thor getting cooked. They decide to turn around the jet to help, but as the cameraman pans back, we see Loki got Thor in a noogie. He throws Thor away, and Hawkeye clearly signed his max contract with the Stormtroopers because he misses every shot as Loki just snipes them out the air. The jet starts spiraling out of control, and the funny part is Captain America is in the back seat. They got my boy back there shaking like a bag of Skittles. Without a wing, they of course go crashing down, naturally hitting as many buildings in the process as possible, landing in some nice soft concrete. Luckily, the Avengers are okay, thank God, because that would have only left Hulk, Thor, and Iron Man to defeat Loki and his entire army. It would have been over for us. The least intimidating supervillain of all time would have won. I'm sorry, I just can't take him serious. He'd be on top of the tower looking down at all of us, his prisoners, on some hear ye, hear ye. Thor tackles Loki and starts beating the daylights out of him. The shockwave from each punch is so OD that the cameraman can't even sit still, can't get the shot right. Thor, being the good brother that he is, he of course doesn't want to actually kill Loki. Loki, stop this madness. You can't destroy New York City. Try a chopped cheese, it'll change your mind. Wait, you deadass? Chopped cheese really like that for real? Loki starts putting together an Oscar-worthy performance, making Thor think he's had a change of heart. Stabbing Thor right in the gut with a thumbtack, looking at his big bro like,
how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Loki catches him with this, I've changed, I want to be a good guy now, fake out at least once a week. Thor kicks him into the glass, picks him up and slams him. Loki knows he's about to get spanked, so he just makes a business decision to skedaddle out of there on one of the Chitauri scooters to go terrorize the rest of the city. So while Loki's on the loose causing straight mayhem, Captain America, Black Widow, and Hawkeye hop out their jet that crashed into this oh yeah we not seeing tomorrow ass scenery. At this point, I don't even know what's left to save, rocks and dust? So while everyone in New York City is running for their lives, the Avengers look up to see that the portal is moving like a thought, opening even wider to let the rest of the Chitauri army through. And I can't be the only one who noticed this, bro. Remember in Transformers Dark of the Moon, the Decepticon carrier? That shit looks exactly like the Chitauri carrier in this movie, and they function the same way. All I'm saying is the Avengers came out a year after Transformers Dark of the Moon.
He copied my whole fucking flow! Word for word, bar for bar!
So the Avengers are doing an elite job of just spectating while the Chitauri army is being unleashed, causing straight havoc. They're terrorizing the city, murdering millions while the Avengers watch, and then we see Loki coming through, blowing up every and anything. But the thing is, isn't his plan to rule this place? At this rate, what is there gonna be left to rule? Rubble? He moving exactly like the androids in DBZ. They murdered everybody and just went around blowing up shit for fun. We pan back over to the Avengers and they're camping, while New York City is one fallen building away from being what Wall-E predicted. Damn, Loki's wildin'. Who should we call? Nigga, we're the Avengers. And it's Clint of all people who starts putting in pain first. So they devise a plan to split up. So while Black Widow is giving Cap cover fire, Cap jumps off onto the bus, running away from missiles being shot right at his heels, into a front flip and manages to stick the landing perfectly. While Steve is auditioning for Ninja Warrior, Black Widow continues to shoot randomly at nothing, and Hawkeye continues to be the one to carry the Avengers, helping these people escape from off the bus. And look at Lil Bro's cut right here. He got a mohawk. That's how you know this shit was really filmed in 2012. Hawkeye then puts Little Bro down and goes over to help Natasha. Man, we could dead use somebody with like time powers or something to help us just go back and prevent all of this. Yeah, okay, good luck finding that. While they're holding off the Chitauri army, we see Captain America turning on their jets to catch up to the police to get over there and give them orders, but they not trying to hear none of it. I can't blame them. A random man just jumped on my car in a Halloween costume and it's June. I saw niggas getting sturdy on 42nd Street, saved them, they was kinda hitting that hoe. In Macy's west of 34th Street, I counted at least 9 bad bitches in there. And there's crackheads trying to sneak on the 4 train. Even in a fucking apocalypse, no free rides. But like I said, none of the cops know who this is, so they just looking at Cap like,
who are you?
Why should we take orders from you? So Cap turns around and is like, alright, let me show y'all real quick why you should. Smacks one away, blocks 2 attacks, right hook, and then turns back around to then smack this Chitauri into a block and cuts Bro's arm off, bopping him away. Look at the stance he's holding too, refusing to make eye contact. You know he feeling himself crazy after that. The thing is though, it worked.
Oh yeah.
Hey, y'all heard the man. Kids getting sturdy, bad bitches in Macy's, and make sure y'all stop those crackheads. So we've now seen what Thor, Steve, Natasha, and Clint have been doing, but Iron Man and Hulk are still a mystery. Well, until now, because we see Tony turn the corner, facing the Chitauri ship head on, shooting missiles at it, but none of them have any effect. All that caused was for the
I'm sorry. I'm so lazy to spell right now. I'm gonna do it out. I thought Ninja Warrior UK, Ninja Warrior Japan. How long the video is? 36 minutes. Huh. I could. Yeah, I could. No one else did that. And I can guess, and I can say who I really want to win or some shit. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I'm gonna make it a video one day. I definitely got it. Thanks. Dude, what the fuck?
He's on the hill, right in front of me, right here.
Let me 1v1. Let me 1v1. Come on, guys, come on.
Speed.
On him! Hit me up! Let me up.
No, you're good. You're good.
Let me up.
He's right here, somewhere, right?
Down low. Hit him with little launch.
Wait.
Oh, no, hit him with little launch.
Wait. Yo. Mother. Ninja.
He's on the hill. Right?
So Loki pulls up to the party spawning in a fit, and it got everybody another tunnel, causing for them to blow up trying to fit through the tight space.
Yeah, I saw USA
so after seeing
one
every
a few
building
times.
literally getting boomed, naturally
Why
the
not watch
residents are
Japan?
fucking terrified.
Or
Between
UK?
the villains of Daredevil, Doctor
yeah,
Strange,
that
Fantastic
shit.
Four, Spider-Man, the Avengers, I swear to God, New York is
Shit.
worse than Gotham at this point. Leave my city alone. How comes these aliens never randomly land and invade Idaho or something? They'd probably be so bored they just go back. Hulk decides he'll calm down all the citizens by running through like a maniac, jumping out onto the Chitauri's mouth, pulling it down. But because bro's brain is just straight TV static, he pulls the Chitauri ship back into the building and nearly slices everyone in half. It's so funny to me. The Avengers will do some bullshit like this and then wanted to look at bro like he was tweaking when he asked them to sign the accords. Black Widow weaves out the way, grabbing the Chitauri, melting his peanut-sized brain and shooting him with his own gun. Shorty been fighting for like 13 hours straight. She got PTSD and almost committed friendly fire on her mans. No ceiling fans for her. She'll dead start blasting it thinking it's a helicopter. I took out like 3 of them. Yeah, I could tell based on the 113 of them that are left. Captain America decides to just send her on a side mission to get the Tesseract, using his shield to give her that LeBron James vertical, hitching a ride from the Chitauri. Natasha's holding on for dear life, trying to not get clipped by fall damage, so with CGI produced on the Game Boy in the background, she climbs up, cutting him loose and kicks Bro off. And before the driver could put this bitch in autopilot to get back for his mans, Black Widow jumps on his back, using him as a steering wheel to get herself to Stark Tower where the Tesseract is at. While she's posted up on his back in the Spider-Man sitting pose, more of the Chitauri start shooting at her, but Iron Man comes through blasting him and then bulldozes over 2 more, pulling up on Cap in his 1v50. As Cap crushes one, kicks another one away, and they do a tag team duo combo attack to eliminate the rest. We ended up seeing this frame again at another point later on, but that was under completely different circumstances. Tony was getting his ass jumped because his parents got murdered and he was mad about it. Iron Man dips out shooting one and just throwing 3 more of the Chitauri off the building as Hawkeye domes bro right here.
Shit, if
Hawkeye
I did
pulls 3 of the
start
Chitauri
my
heading over
YouTube
to
channel at the
MSG
right
to go
time,
teach
I would have
Julius
reacted to the
Randle a good jump
basketball
shot for him.
joint.
But Hawkeye being a Nets fan, he can't have all that. He's sniping them out the air, making them crash into their own shit.
Like
As the cameraman pans to another tag team duo occurring in Hulk and Thor, the 2 strongest and dumbest Avengers. Absolutely no technique, no dodging, no game plan with their attacks, just straight brute strength to destroy shit. That is until Hulk rips off a piece of the Chitauri ship, stabbing it, for Thor to then use his lightning, causing for the entire thing to just short circuit and crash right smack in the middle of Grand Central Terminal. Even though they just worked together, Hulk is still pissed at Thor for embarrassing him in front of the rest of the squad in that counting competition, getting all the way to 6, so you know he had to get his get back real quick. After like 5 hours of straight terror, the army finally decides to show up, and it couldn't be in any more perfect timing because there's a giant hostage situation going on and bro's got a bomb. Cap knows this isn't something he could leave for regular humans to solve though. All of the poor victims in there will be turned into ground beef if he doesn't handle it himself. So he kills the Chitauri and dips out to go save the hostages. They're on like the 5th floor, but somehow he just jumps through the window and beams bro who was holding the C4. He manages to duck out the way of their shots as the bomb is ticking, so he knows he's on a time crunch, kicking the table at them, knocking them off their feet as he runs over and starts piecing bro up to then just throw his ass off the balcony. The other one comes from behind and starts choking Steve, trying to rip his mask off. He's getting back for his mans who Steve beamed in the face earlier. That hit knocked the helmet off this man.
His helmet.
Yo. It's clear he ain't get a cut in weeks. But that shit backfired because my son Cap was not finna be caught lacking. His shit crisp. But Dumb and Dumber over here just end up doing all the work for Captain America, cause bro starts blasting and Steve just uses his own friend as a shield. At this point, the bomb is only a couple seconds away from detonating, and they both know that, so the Chitauri picks it up and throws it as Steve hits his clean move to block it and get his ribs looking like SpongeBob's fingers. My only question is, how big was that explosion? Cause did he really save them right there, or did they get done like the Saiyans? Black Widow's still using bro right here as a steering wheel, and he's just letting her, not even trying to fight back. Bro thinks he's slick. We know you just like having her on you with your freak ass. Loki's on her ass though, trying to stop her from getting to the Tesseract. Of course he's picking on somebody with his own power level. She then calls out to Hawkeye for help, who's camping up top, and he lines up the shot, and Loki thought he was so badass catching that arrow.
Oh, got his ass.
Getting his shit boomed, landing on top of Stark Tower. And as if that wasn't embarrassing enough, as he's laid out on the ground, Hulk pulls up and decks him into the wall. Shaking my head. This is what he gets for going after Hulk's thought. You never mess with a man's favorite eater. Hey, you beast. I would never be defeated. Well, actually, I kind of be getting fucked up on the low. But at least I would never be disrespected. Well, actually, people kind of be talking to me all types of crazy. Hulk grabs bro and just starts ragdolling him, putting Loki-shaped holes in the ground. You could tell by the look on his face, Hulk think he the shit, probably thinking to himself, Hulk destroy Loki, puny, muscles with big. Walking away, leaving Loki there frozen. He's too stunned to even move. Black Widow finally arrives to the Tesseract, and I don't know how both her ACLs aren't torn from that high-ass fall. D-Rose about to throw the bag at her to get those kneecaps. So she starts asking bro right here how to turn off the machine, and while she's doing that, we see Thor taking care of more Chitauri goons, as another ship just slices the entire building in half in an attempt to eat Thor. I really just can't get over the fact of how much damage is being done to the city right now. The crazy part is these motherfuckers would have probably still sent us to school the next day. So Iron Man pulls up with some weak ass lasers, but at this point he's pretty aware of the fact that it's kind of impenetrable from the outside. So he uses his thigh missiles to fly through the mouth of the Chitauri ship, blowing it up from the inside. I guess he didn't consider the harm it'd do to himself or didn't care, because the explosion got him looking like a Metro Boomin album cover, going crashing into the bus station, the taxi, and then eating straight dirt. And they didn't even give bro a chance. The second he tried to stand up, they just blasted him right back down to the ground. While Tony's on his way to being stripped down and turned into a laptop, Hawkeye uses his last arrow, so he just smacks bro across the face and Spartan kicks him off the building. But when he turns around, he sees that an entire Chitauri fleet is coming right after him. Clearly the Chitauri leader didn't do his scouting beforehand. You don't need to send that many for Hawkeye, bruh. They start shooting at him, so with Nintendo 64 explosion graphics in the background, he jumps off the roof. And while in midair is able to turn around and shoot a grappling arrow at the building to swing inside and survive. So that's Iron Man, Captain America, and now Hawkeye, who's basically out for the count. They are very low on fumes. But Hulk, he's still putting in that work, sunning these boys. I knew I could always count on him, strongest in the Avengers for a reason.
Hello, motherfucker.
What the fuck?
They start emptying the mag into bro, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, at least they gonna have to reload at some point, but they just keep spraying, it doesn't stop. SHIELD headquarters, we're getting shit on out there.
Yeah, y'all are. What's the game plan, boss?
Who's still okay to fight?
Thor and Black Widow seem to be fine, boss.
Oh, I bet. Thor's straight. Okay, we might be good.
And Black Widow, boss.
Nigga, stop telling me about shit that don't matter. So while Nick Fury is trying to explain to SHIELD headquarters that Natasha is not a needle mover, the Chitauri are telling Iron Man to fight back. Straight cooking this man. Tony at this point has specialized the art of being jumped. He manages to blast 3 of them and dip out of there, and while he's in the middle of healing from that straight
y'all remember that the old Chug Jug,
yo? Thor and Captain America fighting for their lives, swinging straight haymakers as Cap gets shot right in his 18-pack. Steve's on the ground where he's straight food, can't defend himself, so they start blasting at him, but Thor has his back, using the car as a bowling ball to get a strike on all the horde of enemies. Thor then walks over to help Steve's old ass up. You straight? Yeah, I'm good. I eat those, nigga. And out of everybody in the Avengers, it's Natasha, who with the help of this old dude figures out how to close the portal and stop the Chitauri army. But the World Council already decided that New York City was beyond saving at this point. First the accents, now the army of aliens. It was time for the whole place as a whole to just go, shooting off a nuke to delete it off the server. Tony, they hating about a nuke us cause we make the best drill music. Gra, boom. Yeah, I'm seeing it right here. This is for Pop Smoke. So Iron Man, being the GOAT that he is, puts the missile on his back, redirecting it through the city and out through the portal. To all the people who thought it was grits and started admitting shit to their loved ones, it just got mad awkward. Tony takes it into space where it blows up all their ops and Iron Man passes out. The Avengers are just watching him barreling down to certain doom, and it's Hulk who jumps up and catches him, bringing him down to safety. He's on the ground and he's just unresponsive, so the Avengers are standing over him just thinking to themselves whether they're gonna wear the Balenciaga or the Dior suit for this funeral, which they were clearly able to decide on in Endgame. But Hulk screams in his face, and his breath was so bad it brought Tony back to life. And everything is okay, except for the millions of innocent people that died and everybody who's homeless now.
They ain't got no car neither. Dang. Ooh. Wait, what I do? I don't want to say you should have watched later.
It's no surprise that in the MCU that Thor and the Incredible Hulk's character have become extremely goofy. And many people have asked me, how would I fix their characters if I was a writer in the MCU? And after weeks of procrastination, I'm finally going to make this video. But before I get into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell on top so you get notified of the latest and greatest video. Now, starting from the events of Iron Man 1 all the way up into the first Avengers movie, the Incredible Hulk was pretty much perfect. There's really not much I would change except for one minute detail. I will put Betty Ross's character in Avengers 1 and actually make her the reason why the Incredible Hulk or Bruce Banner went back to help the Avengers in the first place. This would not only establish her as Bruce's love interest, but also have her act as his moral compass. I would have her be one of his main motivations to be a hero like she is in the comic book. And this off-screen relationship will continue all the way into Age of Ultron. In Age of Ultron, this is arguably when the Incredible Hulk's character started going downhill. In Age of Ultron, I would completely axe the storyline between the Incredible Hulk and Black Widow. And I would once again replace Black Widow's character with Betty Ross, making sure that the Beauty and the Beast theme is very much so alive between them. And within that movie, when Jarvis was murdered by Ultron, I would make it so Bruce's character discovers a file from Tony Stark hidden within Ultron's programming. And this file is marked the Illuminati. That's right, in this file, Tony has contingency plans for the Incredible Hulk in case he goes on another rampage. And Bruce discovers this, as well as him being a part of a group called the Illuminati, which would perfectly tie in the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. Now, once Bruce discovers these, he does keep it to himself because he thinks that the Incredible Hulk is rather dangerous. And even though it is kind of a messed up thing for Tony to do, it is necessary for the protection of the planet. So after that, things in the movie will continue as they normally did, all the way up until Iron Man and Hulk's Hulkbuster fight. In this fight, when Wanda takes control of the Incredible Hulk's mind, I will make it so that he not only battles Tony, but he almost kills him. And right before he does, this sparks an internal monologue between the Incredible Hulk and Bruce Banner, like in Earth's Mightiest Hero. They begin to have an on-screen monologue where the Hulk reveals that Wanda really wasn't in control of his mind. She was only the spark that lit the gasoline for the fire of his rage that had been burning in his soul this entire time. The Hulk tells Bruce that he only uses him as a weapon, but the Hulk mainly comes out in protection of Bruce. He begins to tell Bruce that him, along with the other heroes, only use him for his power, and that they're no different from General Ross or the government, because no matter how much good he does, he will always be seen as a monster, and that whenever he gets a moment of peace, a moment of relief, he's gone. When he's finally happy or he finally calms down, he receives into the darkness of Bruce Banner's mind. Bruce then tells him that he's partly right, that he is afraid of the destruction that he causes and the people that he may hurt. Then he tells him to prove him wrong and that he only has two options: be the hero that he wants to be or the monster that people already think he is. And they both look at each other, with Bruce saying that I think you know what we have to do. And just like that, the monologue inside their mind is over, and it cuts back to Hulk transforming into Bruce Banner. After that scene is over, things in that movie unfold how they normally did all the way up until the helicarrier. I'm referring to the scene where the Incredible Hulk decides to leave Earth. In this scene, it's now revealed that in that internal monologue, what they were talking about was them leaving the planet. It's revealed that that is the thing that they must do. And in this scene, the person on the other end of that telecom, instead of Black Widow, is now Betty Ross. She's asking Bruce where are you going to turn the Quinjet around, but he just cuts off the monitor. Because in Bruce's mind, him going to a remote planet kills two birds with one stone. It lets him and the Incredible Hulk live their life in peace, and relieves him of the constant fear that the Incredible Hulk will one day hurt someone, especially someone he cares about, i.e. Betty Ross. Now, here's when things really get crazy. Once Bruce and the Incredible Hulk leave the planet, they get sucked into a wormhole and the events of Planet Hulk happen, which means Thor Ragnarok is kind of scrapped. And I say kind of because those events that happen in Thor Ragnarok would still happen, just in a different movie. Trust me, it's all gonna make sense. So once the Incredible Hulk lands on Planet Sakaar, all the events from Planet Hulk proceeds as normal, especially one of the most important battles, his battle with the Silver Surfer. But in the movie, I will really foster a friendship between the two, because in a way, they are essentially both used as weapons. And at the ending of the movie, I would have Silver Surfer say, and I quote, "It's been fun, and in this journey I have gained a friend, but I have to still meet my master, because the longer I am away, the more lives are in danger from his hunger." And I will have the Silver Surfer fly off, and that will be a perfect tie-in for Galactus later. And after the end credits go off, it cuts to Thor using the Bifrost to teleport himself into the Incredible Hulk's throne, asking him to help him defeat the ultimate evil, Hela, and prevent Ragnarok. Now, in a separate Thor movie, Thor convinces the Incredible Hulk to help him, and Hulk leaves Sakaar, trusting that his warbound and his new bride will protect the planet. And in this movie, most of the events from Thor Ragnarok would happen with the exception of a couple. One is revealed that the actual Infinity Gauntlet is in Asgard. So that means the scene with Thanos taking the glove and saying he'll do it himself would never have happened. However, everything else still follows suit. Odin still dies, and Thor ends up inheriting the Odin Force. And they would still use Surtur to destroy Hela at the end, but they would end up defeating him. This would prevent Ragnarok, and they would save Asgard as a realm. But however, the Bifrost will become damaged. This means that instead of Thor transporting the Incredible Hulk back, he's gonna have to take a spaceship back to his home planet. And he ends up doing this, but once he gets there, he realizes that his entire planet has been destroyed by Thanos. Because Thanos has been tracking Bifrost energy across the universe, hoping it will lead him to Asgard. And when he got there and realized it wasn't Asgard, he slaughtered Hulk's entire planet and ultimately killed his queen, with only the Warbound surviving by the queen sacrificing herself, pushing them into a spaceship. And this causes Hulk to be the angriest he's ever been, sending him on a warpath straight to Thanos. Now this cuts over to Infinity War, where instead of Thanos laying waste to Thor's spaceship, he has completely laid waste to Asgard, but he hasn't destroyed it. He destroys most of Thor's friends like Heimdall and the Warriors 3, and Loki ends up giving him the gauntlet as well as the Infinity Stones. Once he has the 2 Infinity Stones, he kills Loki and gets in his spaceship. He's about to use the Infinity Stones to destroy the entire realm. Right before Thor uses the entirety of the Odin Force to not only transport himself and the Asgardians, but also Asgard itself to a completely different realm, which causes him to go into the Odin Sleep. Now Hulk is trying to get in contact with Thor, but he's unable to because Thor is in the Odin Sleep, because he wants to make his way back to Asgard to warn Thor about what's getting ready to happen. So because he's not able to get in contact with Thor, he just makes his way over to Earth, where he can hopefully warn the Avengers that Thanos is coming. Now the events in Infinity War will proceed as normal, except Hulk will fight Cole Obsidian and Ebony Maw with Doctor Strange and Iron Man. And I would also change certain things about the final battle. Now most things in that final battle will still remain as is. Thanos shows up in Wakanda, kills Vision, gets the Time Stone, except Cole Obsidian's battle with the Incredible Hulk goes on a little bit longer than expected, which causes him to miss Thanos, because Cole not only learned from his first fight with the Incredible Hulk, but he also brought backup, which is in the form of those hordes of monsters that we saw invade Wakanda. So now back on Asgard, the Asgardians use what little magic they have left to rejuvenate Thor to wake him from the Odin Sleep, and they reveal that they have a weapon left by Thor's father that easily topples the Infinity Gauntlet, at least in this universe. A weapon that even surpasses the All-Father Spear, Gungnir, that being the Odin Sword. And he would get this weapon in place of Stormbreaker, which means he didn't meet up with the Guardians of the Galaxy. The Incredible Hulk did on his way to Earth to warn the Avengers. But now that Thor has the Odin Sword, it completely enhances the All-Father's powers, and it gives him the ability to transport himself to Earth and join his friends on the battlefield. He used the Odin Sword like he did Stormbreaker in the original movie, dealing a nearly almost fatal blow to Thanos. After this, the scene pans over to Hulk fighting against Cole and his horde, where the horde is almost getting ready to get the best of him. But he is sticking in there because gradually he's getting more and more angry. And just like that, a barrage of repulsor blasts rained down on the horde from above, giving the Incredible Hulk the time he needed to be able to gather himself to beat up Cole Obsidian, which ends in him throwing him into the shield of Wakanda, blowing him up. And the person revealed to be in this Iron Man suit is Betty Ross. That's right, she was given a suit by Iron Man in order to join her friends on the battlefield. And the scene pans out with her and the Incredible Hulk fighting side by side. Now we skip back over to Thanos with the Odin Sword plunged inside of his chest. He still whispers to Thor, "You should have gone for the head," snapping his fingers, destroying half of all life in the universe. And then he teleports himself away in a wormhole just like he did in Infinity War. And one of the people that he ends up snapping away is Betty Ross. She fades away in the Incredible Hulk's arms, referencing a panel in World War Hulk,
yeah,
where a child who was destroyed by a nuclear explosion fades away in the arms of the Queen. And instead of the Incredible Hulk going into a rampage, he goes into a state of grief. The mixture of rage and grief actually makes him recede into the mind of Bruce Banner, forcing him to transform back. In this moment, he locks himself away because he truly doesn't have anything left. And this leads us into Endgame. Now, once again, most events in Endgame proceed as normal. They find Thanos and Bruce probably beats him up a little bit more for killing Betty, but Thor ends up delivering the killing blow with the Odin Sword. Now, here's where the big changes start to happen, like the really big changes. Instead of Thor being overweight and playing Fortnite all day, I would have him go back to Asgard and develop a drinking problem, because he would feel responsible for the genocide that happened throughout the universe. And drinking is not only the way he deals with his problems in the lore, but it's also the way he deals with his problems in the comic books. This would keep the serious dark undertone to his character instead of making him goofy. And the person that would do the snap instead of the Incredible Hulk would be Thor. Because the Hulk doesn't want to come out, Thor is the only person left that's powerful enough to be able to do the snap. And this makes more sense because it's his redemption arc. He feels responsible and this is his way of undoing it. So Thor will perform the snap and end up losing his arm. But however, he'll return to Asgard where his arm will end up getting replaced with pieces of the Destroyer arm, which would give us probably the most badass looking Thor of all time. Because a similar situation like this happened with old King Thor. Now, once all the time travel stuff happened, Bruce would have his run-in with the Ancient One, where she would help heal the wounds between him and the Incredible Hulk. She would tell Bruce that she senses great grief inside of his soul, and this grief is masked by a cover of anger. She would then astral project herself along with Bruce and the Incredible Hulk all together, and she would help helped them realize that they are two halves of the same whole. That it's because of the Incredible Hulk and Bruce Banner that they not only experience great loss, but also great love. That in their journey as one, they have come across great friends and great family. She would tell the Hulk to stop looking at Bruce as his vulnerability and as his weakness, because only through his vulnerability and pain was the Hulk able to be born in the first place. And she tells Bruce to stop looking at the Incredible Hulk as a weapon of mass destruction, because the Hulk has ultimately been Bruce's guardian, not only to him, but also his friends and family. He's protected Bruce from things he would normally not be able to handle on his own. And if not for him, who knows how many lives would have been lost along the way. So now that their wounds are healed, the Hulk is ready for a fight. And the movie proceeds as normal all the way up until the final battle. That being when the Hulk lays eyes on Thanos, he immediately goes into Worldbreaker Hulk, beating him into the ground and giving him the fight of his life, helping Thor and the rest of the Avengers put an end to his tyranny. And that, my friends, is how I will fix the Incredible Hulk and Thor. Now guys, if you don't understand some of the references I made, like World War Hulk and the Odin Sword, I have videos on both of those, and I will definitely be dropping those.
Oh yeah, I know the Odin Sword and all that shit. I don't know what to watch now. I don't know what to do. Ooh. I know I'm extremely tired now. Ooh.
Meet Meryl, your AI voiceover revolution.
There's a detail in SpongeBob that forever changed how I see the show. One of Mermaid Man's running gags in the earlier seasons was for him to panic and cry out the word at the mere thought of evil. Except that's not exactly what it is. In Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 2, the heroes talk about villains with SpongeBob, and even run into two villains they had a history with. If anything would trigger Mermaid Man, it would be them. But Mermaid Man stays level-headed throughout the episode. So what is it that triggers Mermaid Man's panic attacks? It's the presence of one oddly specific character, Patrick Star. In the first Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episode, Mermaid Man gets triggered when SpongeBob and Patrick both visit them at the retirement home. Then SpongeBob goes by himself. And while Mermaid Man is senile, he doesn't panic. At the end of the episode, SpongeBob and Patrick are together again, and the heroes spend time with only SpongeBob in their second episode, so we know SpongeBob isn't the trigger. But then in Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 3, the episode where SpongeBob and Patrick are house-sitting for the superheroes, Patrick jumps into the scene, and right on cue, the show seems to go out of its way to show us that there's a connection between Mermaid Man's panic attacks and Patrick being in his proximity, which is an oddly specific detail in a show without much consistency. And yes, I could write this off as happenstance, but why are Patrick and Mermaid Man the only two characters who know how to set Mermaid Man's utility belt to Wumbo?
Well, it should be set to W for Wumbo. Did you set it to Wumbo?
SpongeBob was always set up as the bigger Mermaid Man fan, so this is something Patrick would have had to learn outside the fandom. The fact that he even has an idea of how Mermaid Man's utility belt works is a little suspicious, so I kept digging. Pieces of the puzzle kept coming together, and I am now convinced that Patrick Star used to be a supervillain, but not just any villain, the most dangerous foe that Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy have ever faced. Let's start with the obvious question. Does Patrick even have superpowers to be a supervillain? Yes. Ignoring general cartoon logic and zaniness, Patrick is shown to have abilities that definitively prove he's a superpowered individual. The sponge who could fly ends with Patrick flying away. No jetpacks, no inflatable pants. He raises his hand and floats into the sky. And in the world of SpongeBob, flight, or swimming, is an ability that only superheroes and supervillains are shown to have. Even land creatures like Sandy can't fly/swim like this. So Patrick is a super, but his powers don't end there. It's easy to forget that one of his defining traits is his strength.
Listen, you're big and strong.
I've hired some extra security.
We've seen Patrick outrun trains, slice whole buildings in half, and take down foes much larger than himself in his sleep. Patrick does lose fights to other characters, but this seems to happen because he's either in a state of panic or doesn't care enough to fight back. Because with the right motivation, we see Patrick's true abilities surface. In fact, Patrick's perceived laziness could be proof of how powerful he is. Muscles burn a lot of energy, even when the body's resting. This is why athletes have massive diets, even if they don't plan on working out that day. Likewise, Patrick frequently eats and sleeps because his body is always burning so much energy. I'm not exaggerating when I say that Patrick is consistently one of, if not the strongest characters in the world of SpongeBob. This also makes him one of the most dangerous. And if Mermaid Man's reactions are anything to go by, then there's reason to fear this friendly-looking starfish. But let's back up for a moment, because we're making a lot of assumptions. Even if Patrick has powers, that doesn't make him an ex-villain. He could just as easily be an ex-superhero, or more likely, A regular guy who has powers but never uses them. Except based on what we know about Patrick, those options don't sound as likely. Patrick is generally a nice guy, but he's also someone who abuses power whenever it's given to him. It's one of his few traits that's been consistent throughout the years. When SpongeBob pretends to be dumb so Patrick can look smart, Patrick uses his position of superiority to bully his best friend. Patrick becomes a cruel tyrant when people think he's the lost king of Bikini Bottom. He gains a superiority complex when he's granted intelligence with Brain Coral, and when he learns that he can cut anything with a single karate chop, he takes the opportunity to rob an ice cream shop and destroy the town for his own amusement. This is Patrick's pattern. He goes through this cycle of gaining power, using it selfishly, almost losing his friends as a result, then having to give it up. And no matter how many times he goes through this, Patrick continues to make the same mistake, time and time again. Do I think a character like this would be responsible with his powers? Or at least not use them to bully people? I honestly don't. It makes the most sense that Patrick would use all his gifts and powers to take whatever he wanted, especially a past version of himself that hasn't learned as much. And if this is how Patrick treats his friends, imagine how much damage he could do to his enemies. But while thinking it over, this pattern brings up something interesting. It shows that narratively, Patrick is weirdly also the hero of this story. He's acutely aware of his selfish tendencies, so when he takes things too far, he stops himself the only way he knows how, by removing that power so he can't abuse it. Patrick might not be able to remove his innate powers, but he seems to be doing the next best thing, constantly making himself forget about them. I want to bring up two spin-off games, Creature from the Krusty Krab and its PC version, Nighty Nightmare. Both games follow SpongeBob, Plankton, and Patrick through their dreams. SpongeBob and Plankton's are fairly simple. Our favorite yellow sponge gets his driver license, while Plankton becomes a kaiju-esque monster. These are even dreams we see the characters have in the show. But Patrick's dream is different, and dare I say, gives us a deeper look into how his mind works. Patrick dreams he's a superhero who protects citizens from a supervillain. But the twist is that this villain, the one constantly terrorizing the town, is another version of himself, named the Dreaded Patrick. Creature from the Krusty Krab doesn't do much with this villain, but Nighty Nightmare goes into way more depth with this storyline. Super Patrick chases the Dreaded Patrick to his secret lair. But when the hero gets there, he realizes only when it's too late that it's all been a trap. Super Patrick loses his powers and has to navigate a labyrinth of filth to fight his evil counterpart. If we're trying to understand Patrick's psyche from these dreams, this could be his way of reconciling with his past. His first dream is him stopping henchmen who are also versions of himself. If Patrick used to be a villain, this could be him trying to mentally clean up all the terrible things he did to Bikini Bottom and its residents. But even when all the henchmen are gone, the town isn't truly safe until Super Patrick leaves to Dreaded Patrick's evil lair. A lair that, at the end of the game, is revealed to be Super Patrick's own house. If it wasn't clear before that these are supposed to be two halves of the same person, this detail of sharing a home should cement that idea. And it's fascinating that this dream comes down to a battle between a hero without powers and a villain with powers. It shows us how Patrick views these two aspects of himself, and he only wins when his powerless self can triumph over the version of himself with power. And Patrick does so by making himself forget about the powers he has. Take this moment from Squidtastic Voyage as an example. Patrick comes up with the idea to get out of an otherwise inescapable problem, then formulates exactly how the plan is going to play out. He has a moment where he's the smartest person in the room, smarter than Sandy, but just a few seconds later, all he has to say is, "Good plan." And moments like this aren't rare. Patrick is constantly forgetting the things that he did or that people said to him just moments before. He suppresses a part of himself that's strong enough, smart enough, and dangerous enough to destroy everything he cares about. And Patrick is aware enough that having this power is too tempting for him. So he's constantly sacrificing his own mind, his own self, to protect his town, to protect his neighbors, and to protect his best friend in the deep blue sea. This theory explains so much of Patrick's seemingly random behaviors and abilities. The only real problem is that this theory implies that Patrick was Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy's old foe, and Patrick isn't nearly that old. We're shown that he's much closer in age to SpongeBob. But again, the show gives us a clear answer. Starfish can grow new versions of themselves from broken off body parts. A real-life biology fact that's also true in the SpongeBob universe. What's more is that these new versions have the powers of the original Starfish. Patrick gets rid of his karate chopping hand because he can't handle that kind of power, and the hand that he pulled off turns into a starfish that has his karate chopping ability. What I think could have happened is that Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy faced off against the real-life Dreaded Patrick. Except they missed a single piece of the Dreaded Patrick, and that little piece grew into a new version of the villain, the starfish we know today. This new version grew up alongside SpongeBob, maybe unaware of who he was until much later in life. This is why the now elderly heroes can't recognize Patrick, but his presence is still enough to trigger Mermaid Man. This is why Patrick has moments of genuine brilliance that are forgotten a moment later. It's why he possesses strength and power that he himself seems constantly unaware of. He knows the villain he could become if he allowed himself to use this power.
For doing absolutely nothing longer than anyone else, Patrick, this trophy's for you!
And in a way, that sacrifice also makes Patrick one.
That's how people get my YouTube play. Oh, I'm gonna be happy as fuck. All right, man. I'm gonna wish y'all good night.